Jams is the host of Dolly Vision on YouTube. Check it out, folks. He travels around the country covering all types of cases like this.
They try to make me go to rehab. I say no, no, no. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Dolly back in the house again tonight. Of course, if you're just tuning in, make sure you give this video a like. If you're brand new, sub up, ring the bell for notifications, and all that good stuff. Okay, some stuff coming out today. It looks like the man Jordan has checked himself into rehab. Okay, now there's some other stuff coming out that says Jordan may have been the plug. Okay, he may have been the person supplying all these drugs. One of the victim's cousins came out and said Jordan is a chemist and he likes to supply drugs to his friends. Now, we know that the family was meeting with the DA and the prosecutors today to see if they could find some way to bring charges up on Jordan Willis. Okay, Jordan Willis. So today he's like, the hell with this. I'm getting into rehab and getting some help. Now, I told you originally that he probably had did these drugs with them and that they went out there and died, and he went in there on the couch and went to sleep. I want to show you guys this video. Let me pull up my screen real quick. Share screen, entire screen right here. Let me blow this up a little bit. Share. And we're going to watch this video real quickly so you get a little concept of what's going on.
David, Clayton, and Ricky were like brothers. Jordan was kind of off on the side.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Jordan's a chemist, bro.
Jordan's what?
Chemist, bro.
They all knew him as that. It was easy for them to go have fun, but he fucked up. He made a mistake. Jordan was the chemist. He's a scientist, right? He does what he needs to do. Now, to use my cousin.
Now, like, here's the thing. He said he's a scientist. He's a chemist. He does what he needs to do. I hate to say this. Does this dude look high as shit to you guys? If this dude looks like he's smoked out of his mind, press 1 in the chat, because when I was watching this, I was like, yo, this dude is high as shit talking. But he says Jordan is a chemist. He's a scientist. And that he is the one supplying the drugs. Okay. This dude was hanging out with Snoop Dogg before he shot this interview. Okay.
My best friend is a guinea pig.
Nah,
but Alex Lee, what do you know about him?
I know him.
Yeah. Any idea that he might have brought drugs? No.
Jordan had them.
Jordan had the drugs. Y'all heard that, right? Jordan had the drugs, according to the cousin. He's the scientist. He's the chemist. He's the one that didn't report the deaths. I do believe charges should be brought up on Jordan for not reporting the deaths of his friends. And if he supplied the drugs, then of course, that's murder.
Jordan was one.
So you don't think any more attention should be paid on Alex Lee?
Alex Lee is a good man.
He is upset, not high. That's possible too. Somebody said in the chat, he looks like he's been crying. That might explain a little bit of the puffy eyes, or he's, emotional. It just to me seemed like he smoked a big fat blunt before he shot this interview. He was like, I got to calm my nerves a little bit. Jordan was cooking them. Now, allegedly Jordan had bought them the tickets to the game, and he was going to buy them tickets to another game. But apparently people like to hang out with Jordan because he made different types of drugs. They were taking the Jordanol. Okay. You never take the Jordanol. It will knock you right out the game. You'll be dead before you know it. Just say no, kids. All right. Walk right past the Jordanols. This dude is making designer drugs. And according to the cousin, he effed up. Okay. He done gave them this is what the family believes. He done gave them a batch of bad drugs. So what type of drugs was Jordan on? Right? Jordan's now in rehab. I'm sure that was advised by his weird ass attorney that needs of an attorney. So I don't know at this point, checking yourself into rehab is a little late. Okay. It's a little late. If you supplied these drugs, you were a killer. If you manufactured these drugs, that's even worse. Okay. So Jordan, he's just making himself look worse. I think every day this gets a little bit worse and a little bit worse for Jordan. Jordan probably did sleep 2 days. You absolutely right. So Jordan we thought it was Alex Lee. That was the plug. Alex Lee showed up right before he leaves. Now we got 3 people dead, and we got Jordan sleeping for 2 days. And we looked into Alex Lee's background. He has a past with the M, different types, the X, all types of different drugs. Okay. So you're thinking, okay, this dude has a history of drugs. He goes over there, he leaves. Now these people are dead. It must have something to do with Alex. But then On the flip side, you got the mad scientist. Okay, you got a mad scientist over there, and he could be making something. He works on vaccines or stuff for HIV and things of that nature. So he's a really smart guy, and there may be something to it. Maybe he was making some drugs.
He's a good man. Alex Lee is a solid. He was one of their best friends forever. Jordan is somebody that is known from high school as like creating drugs for people to make them feel better in certain situations. Okay, well, you want to do this? Okay, I'm gonna make this for you. I'm gonna make this for you. I'm gonna make this for you.
So see, according to the cousin, Jordan was making drugs for different people. Oh, you in a bad mood? Let me give you a pill that'll make you happy. You're in a happy mood? Let me give you a pill that'll make you sad. Okay. So he might have been one of those guys. Maybe he was on the side. He worked, maybe he lived this double life where, yeah, he's this scientist and he got a good job and he's doing all these things. But at his house that he lives in a 4-bedroom by himself, he's making drugs. He's doing drugs. He's partying, these types of things. So he's living this double life as a mad scientist chemist.
And handing them out. The police are doing their job. If it takes time, it takes time.
Okay, listen. They had to have died from drugs or some type of poisoning. They definitely didn't freeze to death. These are 3 grown-ass men in their 30s. They could easily open the gate and walk out the yard. Their vehicles were out there. They did these drugs and they dropped dead almost immediately. So whatever it was powerful. It was strong enough to kill every last single one of them, except for Jordan, which because Jordan probably has a tolerance to it, right? Because he's been doing it. And he's like, ooh, you got to check this out, what I created. And then they did it and they dropped dead because they didn't have no tolerance to it. And Jordan may have been dabbling in it for a little while. And it may be that big F that they got a hold of in something. Who knows at this point, but the family still believes that Jordan Willis has something to do with the deaths of their family members. And of course, they want him charged with something. Now, if he did create these drugs, then he is a murderer. If he didn't and he just did it with them, then he's just lucky to be alive. There's a big difference in if you supplied it and didn't supply it. Who had the drugs and where did the drugs come from? That's what they need to be asked. And Jordan Willis right now in interrogation, because we got 3 people dead. You need to explain where these drugs came from. Why was Jordan renting a house? Was this a drug house where he made his stuff? That's what I'm saying. And with these bodies frozen in the backyard, him having 2 days to clean it up, he could have got the whole lab out the house in 2 days. And then why instantly move? Because he probably had some items in there that he wanted to get out of that house. That's why he had the U-Haul truck up there. I don't know. I think the plot thickens. I think he's more involved now than I did yesterday. And I think, it sounds great. He's going to rehab, but it just makes him look more like a scumbag, like he was doing drugs. He was involved in this. And now he's saying he has no knowledge. Well, you did have knowledge. You're a drug addict yourself. That's complete knowledge of what's going on, and he didn't report the crime. It makes him look even more guilty to me. That's just me. Some people might like, well, he's just trying to get his life together. Nah, he's trying to cover up what he did is what he's trying to do. Like, oh, look, I'm doing good. That don't change the fact there's 3 people frozen to death in the backyard. Okay, that it makes no difference in that.
I will never tell them they're not doing what they should be doing. They're doing the best they can. It takes time because you want it to be correct at the end of the day. And that's what I hope is when at the end of the day it comes out correct.
Okay, he says at the end of the day, he hopes it comes out correct. Now we're still like, I don't know, a week from getting any toxicology reports. Now, if it comes back, it's some new designer drug that nobody's ever heard of, or it's a mixture or concoction of different drugs, I would say that Jordan Willis is responsible for this. Okay. No doubt whatsoever. Where would they have got these designer drugs? You could say they got them at another party, came to whatever. But this dude is a scientist, a chemist. He works on things similar to that. And now we got 3 people frozen and he acts like he don't know. And then he checks himself into a rehab today. He definitely knew they were doing drugs. He was doing drugs with them. So you got people doing drugs and you got somebody that needs to be in rehab. But that night, he didn't do any drugs with them. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Exactly right, Joe. That's what I describe it as. Perfectly said right there. Anyway, guys, there's almost 600 of you in here with me. Do me a real quick solid, because you know the algorithm, it hates this face. I don't know why, but it does. Okay. And I need you guys to hit the like button for me. It's a little thumbs up button. It looks kind of like this, just in case you ain't never seen one, right? It's kind of, or if you're new to YouTube, you kind of just click on it. It's free. Absolutely free. This week, I'm running a deal. Okay. Next week, I'm charging $100 like my videos. Okay. But this week, you can like it for absolutely free. So get your likes in while you can. Okay. Justice for the Kansas City 3. Is there going to be justice? We got lawyers, people lawyering up, people going into rehab, but it still don't answer the family's question. What happened to their family member? What happened to them? How did they get outside? Did they do the drugs outside? And if they did the drugs, Dolly's been hollering this the whole time. Where's the drug paraphernalia? Jordan Willis. Jordan Willis cleaned up a crime scene. Okay. Dolly.
Hey, how you doing? This is Scott.
What's up, Scott?
Hey, listen, man. So I got kind of some history in this, So I used to be on the Vice Squad, pertaining into what you were talking about.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So, I was down at the beach and, so I'm having a couple of drinks after work with a couple of guys in the force. And, the sun's setting and I look out and I see, kind of like a shadow almost, right?
Uh-huh.
And I start walking up to it and, usually down in those parts, it's usually a mermaid, but as I looked closer, it was a merman.
A merman?
Yeah. So I asked her, how do you poop? And we embraced. And, so like I probably would have never done that if I did, the drugs that I did.
Yeah. I can feel that. Okay. I don't know really if I got time for mermaid stories or merman stories or any of that person's stories, but the call-in lines are open, guys, for people that want to talk about the Kansas City 3 and not the drugs you did, because, if you do enough drugs, you might see a dragon in your kitchen. Okay. Dolly. Yeah.
What's up? This is Diana.
Hey, Diana. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you and PJ doing?
Pretty awesome.
You guys look really good together.
Awesome.
Just a really quick, I'm wondering if I'd like to know whose team these 3 were for. Like, what if he had a poison ready if he lost the bet and it was over a bunch of money? And he's like, yeah, if I lose, I'm just going to off him so I don't have to pay. I don't know.
I don't never want to owe you no money there, Diana.
No, I would not do that. I would not do that.
But you thought of it. You're like, they owe me enough money, I could off them.
Well, I always think of stuff. I always think of what is the word. I mean, like this the beat goes on, doesn't it? This just keeps getting creepier as life goes on.
What kind of rehab do you think Jordan's in, for drinking, or do you think it's drugs?
Well, if what I'm thinking could be possible, he would just go and put himself in rehab to make it look like he was a drug addict. That way he wouldn't be charged with any kind of murder.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was premeditated. You know, they were all three outside. The game's over. They all walk outside and they all maybe smoked a cigarette, smoked a doob, and they died right then. You know, if one died in the house and two died outside, I'd think, well, maybe he just drugged them for no reason and they were dropping dead.
The drug was in something they smoked? Because that would make sense if you walked outside to smoke something.
I don't know.
You think they did drugs and walked outside to smoke a cigarette and they just dropped dead as they were sitting out there smoking? And then do we know if they smoke?
Yeah, we don't know. I'm not thinking smoke. I'm thinking they have their beer bottles, they have their stuff, they're a little bit buzzed. He loses the game, he owes them $1,000. He's like, F that. I'm just gonna drop this in their beers. Here, let me get you one more beer before you go. Drop it in their beer. They walk outside and they all die.
Yeah, that's a weird motive, but anything in this world is possible.
Yeah, it could be. Well, my birthday's tomorrow, so
well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you. I'm gonna let you go and finish watching the show then.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
Okay, it didn't specify if it was a drug rehab, alcohol rehab, or what type of rehab that Jordan Willis may have put himself into. Oh, unknown caller. Here we go. Dolly. Okay, that time I didn't even have to hang up on them. They hung up on themselves. Okay, look. Trolls, go to bed. It's past bedtime. That troll sounded like he was 50, okay? We don't want to hear your mermaid stories or none of that. I did spend the day at the beach covering the case of that car that drove into the damn ocean. Dolly. Yes.
Damn the mermaid. This is Tanya. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Tanya?
You get the info I sent you on Messenger?
I don't know. What was the info?
Well, let's go on back to where AIDS started. Johannesburg, Africa. I seen an old documentary here digging, you know, because I do what I do, and I had to start digging deep. And there's a whole documentary on everybody getting high on the HIV medication, where the HIV started up there in Africa, where they're all coming across the border. Not trying to be political, but it is what it is. And it's like a psychedelic.
So they're doing HIV psychedelic drug?
The HIV medication is like a psychedelic drug. I got proof to it's on that show Vice. You know, he ended up relapsing.
Yeah, I did get your message. I haven't have a chance to watch it yet, though.
Oh yeah, go. You can go. I figured you want to investigate it before I put it out there.
And I love Vice.
Didn't have no time.
Vice puts out.
I thought I'd just
really
call in
good.
and tell the world these fools. And see, he was inventing medication for HIV, right?
Yeah.
And he looked a little light in his loafers. I don't know how all his friends had old ladies, but Buddy had a cute little smile on him. You know what I mean? A little sweet face, a little sweet eyes. But there he was working on HIV medication. And the main thing about the HIV medication, they can't even keep it in Johannesburg where the HIV started because everyone was screw monkeys and get the AIDS.
We can't get into the whole. That's a little much. That's
where it started.
I mean,
and so all the medication is not getting to the people with the HIV.
Yeah.
Because people are stealing the medications in Johannesburg and they're all just getting high on it.
Okay.
And I just want to tell you, it's a psychedelic. And now this was 4 years ago when this started. Okay.
All right.
Can you imagine how high these people are getting, shroomed out, feeling? You know what I mean? I mean, it's a psychedelic.
Do most people die from psychedelics though?
They be tripping. They be trying to drop an airplane.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people taking their unaliving themselves on psychedelics, but I don't hear about too many people taking psychedelics and the psychedelics killing them.
Well, you go watch it. You do a show on it, but now I've been sitting on a live channel, and everybody stole our story, Dolly.
We're gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
We done figured out what happened. They all getting high on the doctor's medicine. Because you get high on HIV medication. I don't even know nobody with the AIDS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I dug into it. It's on that show. I think to the message when it comes nothing else. We just say lice, mice, whatever ice. Okay. But take care, and I know what I'm talking about.
All right. Peace.
All right. Bye. Peace.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, this is Alex. I'm a big fan of the show. Listen, I can touch on this Kansas City 3 for you. I know what's going on. We talk to people on the ground, okay? We've got reports that say that the love triangle that was set up by Nancy Pelosi and other form of people in our government, this is also a mixed psyop between Taylor Swift and George W. Bush. Actually, if you look back at the paperwork, you can see ties to Al-Qaeda and also to Taylor Swift.
To Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, if you look at it right now, Travis Kelce took the shot. Pfizer's little lap boy.
Okay. We can't get it.
And then you have Taylor Swift.
We can't get into the medicines and to the things like that. YouTube is funny about that stuff. It was good talking to you, Alex. We'll keep our eye out on Taylor Swift. Okay. Dolly.
Dolly.
Yes.
I don't know what these people are on tonight, but I'm not a troll.
They taking the AIDS medicine. They're all high up on that AIDS medicine, apparently.
Oh, my
They're fighting
word.
monkeys for it.
Lord have mercy. I just wanted to say that I love you and your work. Don't worry about them.
I don't know.
Talk to you soon.
They're building this laboratory in Georgia. They're working on these monkeys, and now we got people stealing the monkeys' AIDS medicine, and it's a melee out here on these internet streets.
It's a crazy world out there, man.
Yeah. So how are you tonight? What do you think about this stuff with Jordan checking himself into rehab?
I think it was for show.
Show.
Yep.
The time.
My honest opinion. I think his lawyer told him to do it.
His lawyer's an idiot.
Well, that too. But I think that his lawyer is trying to help him, but doesn't know how to help him.
Yeah, his lawyer needs some help. I think it makes him look even more guilty because now he looks like a drug addict.
What? Yeah. Now we need to figure out what he's in rehab for.
Yeah.
What kind of
addiction.
drug?
Yeah. What kind of drug is it? It might be a designer drug.
Yeah. My puppy is going crazy.
I hear that.
Anyways, I'm sorry, but yeah, we need to figure out what he's in rehab for.
Yeah, it can only be a couple things: drugs or alcohol, or he could have a sexual addiction. I hear that's.
Well, what type of drug though, and is that what they died from?
It got to be something powerful, like the H or the F, like the shit that be taking you out the game.
I have a big question. Everyone keeps saying he came to the door in his tidy whities with a wine glass. Did the wine glass have anything in it?
Maybe it had wine in it.
But nobody's saying with a glass of wine.
And nobody else. Was the glass half empty or was it half full?
Yeah, like we need to know these things.
Yeah, I know. Definitely. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
All right. Thanks, Dolly.
You be good. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, we got to ask the tough questions. Was the glass half empty or half full, caller?
Yeah, we got to ask.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello. I see dark circles on your eyes as well. Are you familiar with the whatever drug they were using?
I don't know. I call my dark circles lack of sleep, or maybe they're on lack of sleep.
MDMA.
I don't know about that. I can't even spell that. Dolly.
Dolly, hi.
Hey.
Diane from Tucson. I just wanted to tell you, about him checking into rehab. Okay, so my daughter has a friend who was in prison for quite a while for same type of involvement. Somebody died. Well, then she was on probation for 3 years. She broke her probation. So she had to go in front of the judge, and they were going to put her in prison 5 more years.
Yeah.
Well, this is in Arizona. So the judge offered her rehab or prison, and she took rehab. So they do give you a lesser sentence.
If you do rehab.
Yeah. So she didn't even drink and she didn't do drugs, but she's in rehab. So I think Jordan's doing the same thing, or his lawyers told him to do the same thing, that it would give him a lesser sentence or make him look better, you know?
I think it makes him look better in the eye. It may make him look better in court, but to the general public, it makes him look worse, because now we know he knew they were doing drugs.
Well, I think he's faking it, but to make him look better, to get his way out of, you know. But also another thing that came out today, I saw on that Cuomo guy, Chris Cuomo or whoever he is, did a new interview with Ricky's stepmom and Ricky's dad.
Yeah.
He said something new on the case that came out today, that oh God, I lost my train of thought. That she was called by a friend of Jordan's, and they had Ricky's possessions.
Oh yeah.
And they wanted.
Yeah.
So that means the cops didn't even have.
They didn't
his
search
stuff in possessions, his phones, nothing. So the cops do not.
I covered that last night, and
okay, I missed it.
Yeah, well, Jordan took the stuff over to one of his friend's house, and that friend called the parents, and they came and picked it up. According to the family, of course, they didn't search the house good. They didn't search thoroughly. They even missed some Ricky stuff inside the house. So, yeah, and they also met with prosecutors and the DA today in their town. So I don't know how that's going to go or what came out of that, but
neither.
The timing is they were going to meet with a prosecutor and the DA, and now he's checked himself in rehab. To me, it's a timing thing. Everything happens for a reason. They're doing this, so he did this.
Yep. So they botched it by not taking some of their possessions. You know, that's what I think. And another thing she said also is the dogs were there when the police came. Maybe he gave something to his dog, PCP or something, so they'd sleep the whole time he was asleep.
Dogs. He's done drugged everybody. He done drugged the damn dogs.
Yep, that's what I think. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say.
All right.
So,
You have a good one.
good one. Bye.
All right, peace. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. It's Sunshine and Shadows calling again.
Sunshine and Shadows. What's good with you?
Well, just playing around with a new theory.
Okay, and what is that theory?
So the fact that Jordan is a chemist, a scientist, that keeps playing with me. And I've just wondered, you know, me and my mom was talking about synthetic drugs earlier, and I was like, wait a minute, what if he was trying to create a new synthetic and use his friends as guinea pigs?
Yeah, well, that's what the cousin said. The cousin said that he effed up. He used my family member as a guinea pig, and that he made drugs for different people depending on what their situations were.
You see, that's what I hadn't heard that, but that's what I was thinking too. I was just thinking, like, maybe it was just a massive mistake.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
maybe he mixed a little bit too much of this when he should have mixed a little less of that, and next thing you know, you got 3 people dead in the backyard, and now he's in rehab.
But then the next question is, did these guys know they were taking an experimental thing?
Or the family's wrong and they were all junkies.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say they don't look like they use a lot, but I mean, I have a cousin that's struggled with addiction for years, and he didn't He was being affected by drug use years before we ever even realized anything was going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody that's on drugs don't look like they're on drugs.
I mean, and it takes a long time for you to really notice some red flags with drugs.
And then some people look like they're on drugs when they ain't on drugs. It's hard to tell.
Man, I swear.
So,
but yeah, that's just what I think.
I mean, I don't think people check themselves in that young for alcohol addiction. So he's definitely checked himself in rehab for some drug addictions.
Possibly. I mean, unless he started drinking when he was 12.
Yeah, I mean, if he started drinking coming out the womb, maybe, yeah, he needs to be in some alcohol rehab. But most likely he's done did a lot of these drugs that he has access to.
How long do we got to wait to see what the autopsy said?
Well, they're saying, well, the toxicology won't be back for a week. The autopsy was already performed. I don't know when they'll release that stuff. But there's no wounds. There's no signs of foul play. So,
right. But if it was the drugs or some kind of chemical they injected,
well, if they froze to death, they would have told us by now that they froze to death.
That's what I'm thinking. And I mean, 1 minute somebody says it was 39 degrees that night. Somebody else said 33. So I'm just like, nobody even really knows how cold it was.
Yeah. Well, it was between 18 to 33.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Tiff, I'm live on the internet.
Oh.
You're live with me. Okay, she hung up. Okay. All right. She was blowing my phone up. I was making sure it wasn't okay. Okay. Anything else?
No, just bouncing some ideas off of you like I always do.
All right, girl, you be good.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Peace. Okay. Let me answer this real quick. Unknown caller. I'm not taking unknown callers tonight. So if you want to block your number and you're a troll, I'm not dealing with this troll call after troll call. Dolly.
Hey.
Unknown call. I hear you. I must have got it.
What's up?
So you weren't able to do nothing down at the pier. They didn't do anything today, right?
Well, I got to fly my drone. Hopefully I might go back down there in the morning to see if they're doing anything, because as soon as the weather's not bad, it's the current. As soon as the water is a little calmer, they're going to try to pull that vehicle out, so I want to be down there when they pull it out.
Well, it's supposed to be more calmer. You're supposed to be like 60 one day and then 65. At least we are, so I know you guys should be. So probably later in the week, at least Friday or Saturday should be not as bad.
They're estimating that, probably Saturday or Sunday that they'll pull the car out. But I don't know. It depends. If the water gets real calm, they'll go out there and try to do it. So I don't know. Yeah. There was nobody. There was nobody out.
I noticed. There was nobody down except for I saw a couple people like running and walking, and that was it.
Yeah, plus I gotta take a teddy bear down there to the memorial.
I was ready to ask you that. Did you get a teddy? Was anything open?
No, the stores were still closed because I was out there so early.
Right.
I was out of there by 9 o'clock. I think I left at like 8 something.
Well, since it's not in season, some of those stores probably only open to what, 11?
A lot of them stores don't open at all.
Really? Until the summer? Really?
Until the summer. It's a lot of seasonal stuff at the beach. It's like a ghost town out there in the wintertime.
Yeah, but I thought spring break would be here before you know it for the college kids.
And it'll be 1 million people out there. But right now, there's me.
You
know what I'm saying? I mean, plus it was early. If you would go out there in the afternoon, there'd be some people out there, but it'd still be pretty dead.
Right. What you showed, and getting off your topic, what you showed, I can't believe how perfectly that he didn't hit, or whoever didn't hit nothing and went straight. Didn't hit none of the other two stores.
Didn't hit nothing. I know. Drove right up the pier. Drove right through the thing with the gates. Went right off end up here and boop boop off the end of it. I got pictures.
So they
I got
it, but so intoxicated, huh?
Somebody froze the pictures of the car driving off the pier. The actual pictures, they sent them to me so you can see the car going straight in.
Where is that at?
I got it on my in my DMs. Send them to me.
I mean, it's not in your last video where you showed the drunk, is it?
I just got them. I just got the pictures.
Oh, okay.
So in my next video, I'll show y'all those pictures. This video is on the Kansas City 3. It has nothing to do with the car driving off the damn.
Yeah, I know.
Here, okay, that's in the morning. That's video number 2.
Video number 2. I know it's on the Kansas City thingy, but you ain't gonna get no more information on these people until the.
No, we just got some new information. The cousin's saying that this man is the dude that makes drugs for people, and
Jordan,
he's in rehab. Yeah, so that's new today.
So the cousin said he's in rehab, and the cops didn't know this.
He just checked himself into rehab today. But the cousin of one of the victims is saying he knows him, and Jordan is a chemist, and he's been supplying drugs since high school to people.
Oh my. Okay, well, wait a minute. Weren't these guys classmates of this dude? Weren't they classmates?
Yeah.
Then they had to know that he supplied drugs.
Of course, but the family seems, the family came out originally and said these people don't do drugs, and that kind of throws that speculation out there. But the facts are these people probably did do drugs.
They had to have, Dolly, because you don't just experiment and take something one time, and especially if you got family and kids depending on you. You just don't do that unless you knew this guy was iffy to begin with. You just don't do that. You don't put stuff in your body that you don't know how you can react to it.
People do stupid shit every day, but yeah, I'm definitely not, But that, they're not me. They might have decided, hey, this is the night our team won. Let's party. Hell yeah, let's do this. And
I don't care. Well, they partying. They ain't partying down here on Earth. I'm saying, when you got kids, and one of the guys had 3 girls. I think it was 3 girls. I can't remember which one.
So sad.
But no, when you take on a responsibility and you got kids, they come first. You don't think about we partying and we gonna do this. You just don't experiment. You don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to come home, you don't do things to risk your life.
Right, and it's your job to come home. That's what I mean, but it's their job to come home.
Exactly.
You bring kids into the world, you're responsible for them.
Exactly. I mean,
so.
Especially, if you're going to party, stick to the things that don't kill people.
Exactly. Drink a beer. I mean, dang, it ain't kill you.
Have a sip, but don't get behind the wheel of a vehicle. But, whatever you do responsibly. Don't do hard drugs. Be a responsible human being, a productive member of society, okay?
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, you don't never touch nothing if you don't know that you've never done before, or you don't know where it's been, or what Jordan has done to it, or whoever has done to it, especially if he's got issues.
Just don't take Jordanols. Stick to Tylenol.
Just a what?
Jordanols.
Jordan's crazy nut.
Yeah.
No, but it's so obviously I missed the part of I missed the beginning of it because I've been watching the trucker convoy that's going to Texas. It started in Virginia Beach, right?
What, the trucker convoy did?
Yeah, it started with everything starting with a view. A car is going off the pier, but then the trucker convoy is going to Texas to protest because the border's going crazy.
Where are they going?
But anyway, everything coming out of Virginia Beach.
They going down there to box in JLR, or what are they doing?
Yeah, and I know he's in it too. You're right, but no, it's a bunch of them. But they originated in Virginia Beach. That's what I was watching. That's fine to see you.
He's been having crazy amounts of people watch him stand at the border. That's crazy to me. But if people are entertained by that, that's cool. But just thousands and thousands of people are, I'm not into politics and the political stuff, so it don't interest me none.
I'm into politics a little bit, but I am into protecting the borders and having these crazy coming and killing our people and sex trafficking and all that crap.
I mean, I just don't.
You don't know what they're bringing in, Dolly. They're bringing in all kind of crap and doing all kind of.
I'm not a supporter of putting any kind of walls in any country, anywhere. I believe this planet belongs to each and every one of us. It belongs to that person just as much as it belongs to me. You know?
But that's if you, I get what you're saying, but that's if you respect it.
We got to love each other as human beings and earthlings, not as you're from Mexico, you're from Canada, you're from, oh, we can like you more because you're from Canada. No, we need to love everybody.
No, I don't got nothing to do with what state you're from.
Invisible walls have caused battles and wars since the beginning of time.
True. I get what you're saying a little bit, but I'm saying you've got to respect the country and take care of it.
I get that. I get that. Come in legally. I get you. I follow you. But
yeah, I get you.
I just said don't build a bunch of walls and shit. I just don't do no good. Then what are we gonna do? Imprisonate ourselves? That's all it does. If we build a wall around us, we just imprisonating ourselves from the rest of the world. I don't want to be in prison.
Anyway. But anyway, what was I going to say to you? Oh, you said you're only 15 minutes from the. Well, you were saying that in your videos. You're only 15 minutes away from the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Dang. Have you always even grown? No, you lived in Georgia first, right? Then you moved to Virginia.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I lived in Georgia as a kid, and then I moved to Virginia, and I live about 15.
So you're not too far from the aquarium either, though, really.
From the where?
The aquarium.
The Virginia Marine Science Museum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too far from it.
Yeah, you had it kind of made. You know, they're not kids anymore. They want to go back, even though they're older. They like it down there.
They got some big ass sharks in there. There's some huge sharks. Yeah, in the Marine Science Museum thing, they got these big shark tanks. You go down in it, and they got these huge, big ass sharks. They're like monsters.
How long has that been there?
Years. It was been there since Tiff was a baby, because I took Tiff, right, and we walked down into the shark tanks, and Tiff was like, I don't know, she's a little bit up to my waist maybe, and this shark swims up, and it's a full grown bull shark. And she grabs onto my leg and she goes, Daddy, monster. And she points at this shark. And I was like, you're right, Tiff. That is a damn monster. Let's go. That shark.
The Loch Ness in Virginia Beach.
It's a bull shark, a full grown bull shark.
No, they want to go. So I guess I got to venture down there. But okay. I didn't know they had sharks. Damn. Okay.
Yeah. Sharks, otters, all kinds of weird shit. All right, Lisa, you be good.
All right. You too.
All right. Peace. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, how you doing? Love the show.
What's up? Who's this?
This is Rally.
What's up, Rally?
So hey, what's up, man? So listen, it's a tragedy, first of all, what happened between all these guys. But I would just like to touch on, before my point, I would like to touch on what that lady was talking about, how, like you can't tell if somebody's addicted to something, like it's a lot of people, it's easy to hide. Like, we didn't think we were going to find my cousin, hunched over in a bathroom,
Yeah.
I mean, he broke his own back from sucking his own dick, but, it's, you got to move on from the challenges in your own life. And so getting back to these guys.
Okay. That was Dolly. Dolly. Well, did that man just say he broke his back? What is with people tonight? Good Lord. Y'all been taking them Jordanals? Dolly.
How you doing there, boy? It's a pleasure.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
I'm calling from Missouri, and I actually am trying to get a hold of you, so I have my 2 cents in this because I talked to Spirit. And let me put my TV on mute.
Okay.
I really need to say this because these guys want me to let people know that Jordan is not responsible. They're responsible for themselves. That Jordan did partake in the same thing. I know I can't say that shit online. Or
did the Spirit say this?
Well, not only Spirit, but these men do. But yeah, the whole of Spirit is all of our voice. But yeah, Spirit's saying this, that these men love Jordan like his brother, and they feel horrible now, and they think that Jordan may end up taking his life over this.
Oh, Lord.
So, I mean, people are giving him shit, but he did the same thing they did. He didn't realize that they may not have been, like he was, what's the word I'm looking for? Like he took more than they have, you know what I'm saying? And they were outside in the cold trying to sober up.
So they,
you know what I mean?
Went outside to, get some fresh air.
They were trying to sober up. Yeah, they were fucked up, bud. And I hate to say this because I know it's the unpopular answer, but Jordan, he's a victim in this too. But I think that, maybe he mixed around with some stuff because, he was a scientist, right?
Yeah.
I read some of the shit that like he was working on, like proteins and all this and that. Maybe something that like made them not get drunk as quick, or you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it like started hitting these guys, and Jordan passed out because he knew his limit, and he's just like, hey, these are my dudes, and let them take whatever they wanted. He paid for the game and shit that day, if I'm not mistaken. And dude had bucks.
What if Jordan supplied this? Do you think he should be in jail?
I don't think it was just one thing, Dolly. I think it was a mixture of the alcohol, maybe some THC, and maybe some other things. But I don't think so. I think these are grown ass men.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it really shouldn't be about what I think. I mean, really, my opinion doesn't matter. It should be the family's opinion. But these guys are really, from what their spirit is telling me, they feel horrible that Jordan's getting all this shit, and they're grown men and they're putting it on themselves. And it's a little hard for some people to swallow, but I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I don't know too many chemists or friends that make drugs. Just to be dead honest.
No, nor do I. I think that if he made something, it'd been something like some kind of protein thing, to give him more umph.
Yeah.
But I think that he had the money to supply things, if you understand what I'm saying.
Most people don't know people that make drugs unless you live next door to a meth lab. Okay.
Right. Well, I'm 40 years old. I haven't done weed in a long time. But when I was younger, I used to go to a place called Pops. Like I said, I'm in Missouri, and that was a 24-hour bar. Now I did a little line. I could drink freaking a fifth of Jack and not really be drunk.
Yeah.
So if these guys were partying for a while and say they did partake in some other things that maybe they weren't junkies of, whatever, they were out of the game, celebrating, whatnot. All of a sudden it hits them, and then they're like trying to help each other. One's outside puking. They can't, you know what I'm saying?
That's like junkies when they go to jail. A lot of them will get out and try to do the same amount of drugs they did before they went to jail, and they'll kill them.
But you have to think about it. These guys, as their whole family saying they weren't junkies, this and that. Well, say, hey, they had this wild night. They went to party. They didn't know what they could handle,
Yeah, that's sad. It's sad. They may have partied like that when they were young, and that age catches up with you. And next thing you know, you're on the floor dead.
Of course, there's also that F thing that's out there and everything now. Even in weed.
I know,
and
killing.
They don't even know. So I really, honestly, that's what I'm getting from Spirit. That it's not Jordan's fault, and I wouldn't be surprised if that poor dude didn't off himself. I mean, if he doesn't, he's gonna live with this the rest of his life, no matter what's proven by toxicology or whatnot. It's put in his hands because it was his party, his money that supplied it.
Yeah, his money, his house.
And what I'm getting from Spirit is they feel hella bad because they love Jordan.
Okay, so spirits love Jordan.
Well, the dudes do. I say the Holy Spirit. Some people say the Holy Spirit. That's all of our voice, And most of us, we're not liking him right now, but his boys do. They got his back.
Okay, in the spirit world.
All right, thanks, Dolly.
All right, you be good.
All right, bless you all.
All right, peace. Dolly. Oh, I missed that call. Sorry, caller. So, spirit world, has spoken. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, what's up, bad boy?
Hey, how's it going? Who's this?
This is your buddy Brenda from Wisconsin.
Hey, Brenda.
I watched your show this morning when you was out there on the pier.
Uh-huh.
Thanks for doing that.
No, that's fine. Ain't no big deal. It was a little cold when my feet got wet, but other than that.
I wanted to apologize to you because it looks like they did do drugs. Remember I called you the other night and said I didn't think they did?
Uh-huh.
Well,
we don't know till we know, you know. Everybody's...
Well, you get it too. He was a chemist, right?
Yep.
If he put something in their drink and they didn't know about it.
I mean, that's a possibility.
See, what, you know, families don't always know if their family members does drugs. I understand that.
Yeah.
But, you know, with him being a chemist and have been supplying his friends with stuff since high school.
That's what, allegedly, that's what somebody's saying. That doesn't make it true.
Yeah, allegedly. But what if he did do something and he slipped them something and they didn't know that they had taken it?
That would be awful, and he should be in prison for the rest of his life for murder. If he supplied the drugs, he should be in prison.
I think so too. I just wish the cops had done a better job on investigating this from get-go. Because they did.
They need to try. They need to get a hold of Jordan, find where they got these drugs at. Because if there's bad drugs out there, they're not the only people that are going to die from it. There's going to be more people that die from it. If these drugs are continuing to be sold on the street, there's going to be other people that die.
Yeah, that's what scares me. Because what if he gave some of that stuff to the fifth guy that left there, and he give it to people?
And he's known for narcotics and things of that nature too.
Yeah.
But that mean that was in his past. That don't mean he's today doing those things, but in his past he was.
You know, that's a scary situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, but not only are them drugs on the street, but drugs just like that killed these people, they're on the streets all over this country. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Every corner you go to, these drugs are out there.
That's just sad. I've got, like I told you the other day, I've got a daughter that did that. She says she's clean now.
There's no such thing as a good drug dealer.
I pray to God that she is. You know.
Yeah, that's all you can do. You don't really know what somebody's on unless they're slurring and around you when they're doing it. But people do a lot of things in the privacy of their home that you don't know about. A lot of people live double lives, triple lives, quadruple lives. Every serial killer's wife was like, oh, I didn't know my husband was a serial killer, you know?
Yeah. But my friend that I got them sunglasses from you for, she loves them.
Awesome, the Dolly shades.
And black ones, she loved them.
Yeah, I like the lenses on them. They got a good, they're like, they go from dark to light, so they have a good view on them.
Yeah, she loves them.
Oh.
But I told her, I said, now you're officially a turtle. And I said, I don't like that. She says, why? I said, because I ain't ordered nothing from him yet. I said, I live on disability. I have to wait.
Well, we're gonna get you something. Hit up PJ, and we'll get you some Dolly shades out to you.
I can't wear them, honey, or I would get me a pair.
We'll get you some soap or some lotion. We'll send you something out.
Well, I'm gonna get you to make me a t-shirt. And I want it to have, I'll talk to PJ, but I want to have Dolly Vision on it. And make that make sense.
Make that make sense. I like that because I say it a million times. So
yeah, you do, and that's what I want on my shirt.
Okay, I can do that for you. I'll make that for you.
I'll hit up my buddy PJ.
What size shirt do you need?
Well, I can wear a large, but I like them big. I don't like them tight.
So you want an XL?
XL or 2XL, it don't matter.
Okay, I'll see what I can do for you.
I'd like to have a 2X is what I'd like to have. Because I like them baggy. I don't like...
Do you want to say make it make sense on the back, or do you want it to say that on the front?
On the front.
Okay, make it make sense on the front. You want it to say Dolly Vision on the back? Or do you want it to say Dolly Vision, make it make sense?
Yeah, on the front.
Okay, I can do that for you.
A black T-shirt with gold letters.
Okay, and just send PJ your address and be like, this is what a shirt Jimmy's making me.
Okay, and then I'll pay her when I get paid.
I'll give it to you as a gift.
No, sir. I will be paying for this.
Okay, then if you insist, but I'll give it to you if you want it.
No, love.
Okay.
I will pay you for it.
Okay. Not a problem.
Love your show, and you keep up the good work, sweetheart.
All right, you have a wonderful night.
Bye.
All right, peace. Okay, so yeah, I do some custom shirts. So I'll make that shirt for her. I don't have a problem with that. Dolly Vision, make it make sense. Okay. There's a lot of shit in this world that just don't make sense. Dolly.
Dolly.
What's up?
Is there any way I can coax you into making me a special shirt, Dolly?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you one that says Mab, put the spoon down.
Mab cow disease.
Mab cow disease. There you go. Mab cow disease.
And then on the back it says just put the spoon down in a big like bowl of ice cream.
Yeah. Just put the spoon down, bro. So what's up? What do you think about Jordan checking himself into rehab? He didn't say no.
You know what I think? I think he's looking. I think something's going to drop because if you listen to the interview with Fox and somebody where they met with the prosecutors, the family members. Right. The key thing that came out of that is he said the families left satisfied
because they're going to charge him with not reporting a death. Probably
they're going to charge him with something. I think it's more than that. Just
you think so? And he instantly goes into rehab.
I think his long play is get yourself into rehab. I was high the whole time.
You know what they say, man, right? You ain't supposed to get high on your own supply.
I know.
I learned that listening to rap music.
I learned that a long time ago too, and I never did.
Okay.
I didn't do it that much.
All right, so you think he's done checked himself into rehab as a legal play?
It's a long legal play, so down the road he can claim he was just not, he's not responsible basically for anything that happened in between those times because he was out of it.
Yeah, that he was on the same drugs.
He doesn't remember anything after the second half of the football game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So legal play, he can come out clean like he's a saint. Sorry about his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that is the play too. Is that play going to work?
Making that play, I think they're making that play because of the meeting they had with the prosecutors, where the families came out.
I know. Timing is everything in this world. They were meeting with him today, and he checked in today. So you do the math. The timing is right dead. That they were like, okay, they're talking about bringing charges on you. Let's get you into a rehab. Let's get ready for a defense. Because if they do bring this, you didn't report the death. They try to charge you with giving them drugs. We want to be protected.
That's my call.
Yeah, I think the lawyer is a lawyer, but I don't know. It just made him look.
He knows how to do.
Why is he making his client look so bad in the public eye, though? Usually,
maybe he's a trial type of lawyer, and he doesn't do a lot of public relations.
He damn sure don't do no public. That's for sure. Ain't nothing about that dude say public, right? He better be a good damn trial lawyer because he's a fucking terrible public lawyer.
I don't think he took any notes on those stories he was telling.
It's like how shitty can we make this man look to the public and from his own lawyer? That lawyer should pay him. The lawyer should pay him. The lawyer should be paying Jordan for the publicity for his legal law firm because he's a fucking terrible lawyer.
He looks like he should be in the mob, not the.
He probably is. I'm probably gonna get shot later tonight for talking bad about the guy. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a crook.
Yeah.
We like, They get this dude out of prison to represent you?
He looks like a Don from New York City.
I know. I'm probably gonna get snuffed out messing with the guy. I shouldn't have said nothing. Probably the greatest lawyer in town, man. I ain't saying about that guy. He probably got damn.
Jordan was whipping in the kitchen. Huh?
It sounds like from allegedly. Let's just say allegedly he was.
So he had to have had a home lab. I mean, if the cops searched his house, his lab equipment isn't that hard to hide because it's kind of beakers and water baths.
Yeah, but if you're a scientist,
it
ain't. If you came in my house, yeah, that would be odd. Okay, damn, what have you been making drugs? Because you ain't no chemist or no scientist. But if you walked into a scientist's house and you seen a scientific lab, would you think anything of it other than he's a scientist?
I would, because his job is designing drugs on the computer, not making them physically.
Okay, somebody's spamming my chat with their Cash App. Look, bro, if you was hungry, you should have came in here and said, yo, man, I'm hungry, but don't come in here throwing your Cash App into my room and spamming my chat.
Who set the trolls out tonight?
Now, Dolly's a nice guy. If you handle yourself correctly, I would have sent you a cheeseburger, but you can't correctly. And yeah, definitely don't come in here talking about some shit like that, because we don't know a scam from not a scam. And I like to help people.
Yeah, we just had a bad experience with that with old Andrew anyway.
Well, not just that, but he was spamming it. Like, he didn't just come in here and say, hey guys, I'm struggling. He came in here talking about, I'm hungry. Here's my Cash App.
Just spam,
Saying, if you was hungry, you could be like, hey, could somebody send me a cheeseburger, not $20? Okay, there's a difference between a cheeseburger and $20. These days, you can actually ask somebody, hey, could you send me some food? And they can send you food, not money. You know?
Exactly.
I'll send Uber Eats right to your fucking crib.
Yeah.
So
that's my theory on what's going on right now, based on new information.
All right, man. You be good.
Peace.
Dolly.
Hello?
Hello.
Are you live still?
I am absolutely live. My heart is beating. I'm breathing.
It's Dolly on the phone.
It's Dolly!
Well, I'm watching you, but I don't hear me talking, so I'm a little bit confused.
That's creepy. Are you outside my window watching me, or what?
No.
Oh, you're watching me on YouTube. Oh, okay.
On YouTube.
All right, who's
yeah.
this? Where are you calling from, stranger?
My name's Tiffany. I'm calling from Virginia.
Hello, Tiffany.
Hi. I was just curious. Well, I guess let me turn this down because that's not me talking. So when you went to the pier, and I know you're talking about the Kansas case right now.
Yeah.
Did the cops say whether they thought it was male or female?
Now, he didn't tell me. He said he did say they do think they know who it is. That's all he said.
Okay.
They think
because there's a rumor going around. Because I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I'm not far from Virginia Beach. And there's my mom's here with me. She loves you to death, so she's subscribed to you. What is your username, Jeannie? Jeannie. But there's a rumor going around that it was a woman that had just lost her baby.
Okay, now
and I was wondering
two people
if you had heard.
Yeah, I've heard something like this. There's two people missing. It could be two people. I believe one of them is a woman and one of them is an older man. Okay. Now, when I asked the police officer, now he was just a police officer guarding the pier, so he wasn't like a detective or anything of. And he said he was out of town actually when it happened, and he came in. He just got back into town. The police officer I spoke to out at the beach, and he said they think they know who it is, but he said they're not positive.
Okay.
They're not even positive how many people are in the car.
It could possibly be a woman.
Yes, I have heard that. As far as circulating around the area, yeah, I've heard it could possibly be a woman.
Okay. It's really sad. Like, I saw the video and the comments underneath it absolutely really made me upset. the way that people were talking, spreading the post around.
We'll be back down there in the morning because I got to drop a teddy bear off. I got to search my house for some type of I got a koala that somebody gave me, but I don't like to give away shit that people gave me.
Yeah, get something. Yeah, get something.
But if it goes to a good cause, I mean, I'm sure they can understand. I can't give the koala away. That came from Australia, I think.
And am I live on your show right now?
Yes, you're live with 900 people listening to you.
Are you still talking about the Kansas case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you leaning more towards the Jordan accidentally? I'm not accidentally. We think he poisoned them and them not know. Like he tested whatever he had on them.
I think they're partying. They all did drugs together. These dudes died. Jordan passed out.
Okay.
It goes to that birds of the same feather flock together. Sometimes that's true. And they may all been birds of the same feather. Kansas City,
I just
all
got
doing
a
hard
weird
drugs.
Feeling, I just got a weird feeling there's something more to it. But I mean, you absolutely could be right. We think he may have tried, like, because he's a chemist, and it just seems odd, very odd, that he did nothing happened to him, but did to his 3 friends. So it's just very strange.
Yeah. So have they been covering this stuff at the pier a lot in Richmond, on the Richmond news?
Mostly on Facebook. I've been Facebook, and some on the news. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I've been seeing a lot
but
of,
it's mostly on Facebook. Yeah. Is where I saw it first. Yeah, and the video, it was just absolutely very sad.
yeah. Hey, I appreciate you calling.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, peace. Definitely crazy with that car going off the pier. So a lot of the local people from here in Virginia, that's all they're talking about on the news. When you see talk to somebody like, you see this little car? Even my daughter, the first thing she said, "Do you see the car go off the bridge?" It's big news here. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Hey. So I'm Sherry from Tennessee.
Hey, Sherry.
And it's a little off topic from what you've been talking about, but about the lawyer, you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Is Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. He could,
yeah.
Yeah, he could fill in for him, that's for sure.
He good.
Yeah, like he'll lie,
But
don't
that's
carry
like-
his line, just.
Huh?
Yeah, the lawyer makes him look guilty. I just think he would have been better
He
off
does.
coming out on his own. And even to me, checking into rehab when they're going to meet with the prosecutors and the DA makes you look guilty to me. He just doing things to
Definitely.
make himself look guilty. Will this help him in court? Maybe. But to the public, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yeah, it's not helping him, I don't think.
And then
But
even the lawyer
if
said he wouldn't speak on what the men were doing. He knew they were doing drugs in that house that night.
Yeah, when he came to the door and there was that picture of him at the door, he looked all effed up. You know what I mean?
I'm from the video. I could
Just-
really barely tell what he looked like or if he was even in handcuffs. So it's really hard for me to determine by just from the distance.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if he was in handcuffs, but just, I don't know, just the vibe I got, I guess.
So days later, you're sitting in the house with your friends in the backyard that you were doing drugs with, that their family's looking for. You're not sending them messages back. You knew. He definitely knew they were dead.
Yeah.
And
didn't come to the door till the police came to the door.
yeah. And I believe, he should be punished for that. Now, did he purposely kill his friends? I doubt it. But you're still responsible.
Responsible. Yeah. Still responsible.
They were in your
It's
house.
a hard thing to have to live with.
Yeah. And I mean, it's terrible, but when you dabble and do these things, every time you do it, you're taking a chance with your life when you put something in your body that you don't know exactly what it is.
That's right.
So
Unless it comes from the pharmacy.
yeah, and still that.
Yeah.
Now don't think them drugs have killed a lot of people too. Coming from the
Yeah,
pharmacy.
if they're abused.
It's if you abuse it,
Yeah.
it don't matter what drug it is, it can kill you.
Right.
You do too much anything, you'll die.
Right.
You drink too much water to kill you.
Right.
So,
I'm taking all kind of meds. I got stage 4 cancer. And so I'm on all kinds of meds. It makes me feel like shit.
yeah, I bet it does. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. And you need to take
That's
your medicine.
okay. We're going to get through this.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to get through this.
Awesome.
But anyway, I just wanted to call and say it was Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
What it reminds me.
All right. You be good. Stay safe.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Dolly.
Hello?
Hello.
I have a theory.
Okay. You got to turn me down in the background.
I did. I got you down.
Okay.
Here's my theory. We heard about the 3 guys not having any money. Their family said no money, not buying drugs, no money. What if all these high school guys got together and they figured out we're going to make some money? And together with Mr. Chemist,
they made some drugs.
They were making them. Gas, if you're going to go with the beaker way, but if you look at the other way, and they were doing the old press with the powder, could have touched something the wrong way, or maybe the chemist mixed it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they were making something to make some money.
Maybe. You put the broke together, you got a chemist, a scientist, and 3 dudes. Maybe they were conspiring in some.
You know what I mean? It could take a couple people to make a bigger batch or something. You know what I mean?
It's kind of Breaking Badish, but
Yeah, but I mean, hey,
I mean, it could happen. I mean, it definitely can happen. I ain't saying it's possible that he couldn't have been producing drugs and his street people.
Yeah. And my secondary theory was that Jordan didn't have
right. Why have a house?
What?
4-bedroom house for one guy? It's a trap house.
How do you afford it?
It's
two by yourself.
It's a trap house.
It could be. The other thing I thought was if you take Jordan out of the equation and you bring in the number 5 guy, what if he brought a little smoke, had a little something in it that, they weren't aware of, and it wasn't like they were doing drugs. They just did a little smoke, but it was something in it.
Yeah, it must have been something super, super powerful in it to take them all out the game like that,
Well, I'm thinking, the F.
Yeah.
That's happening a lot. I'm in Pennsylvania, and we're having a lot of problems with that up here.
In the smoke?
With kids getting them, like high school kids getting it, being laced with that.
Oh, Lord. That scares me. It scares the shit out of me.
I mean, I don't know. Possibilities are endless. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out. But I'm thinking to kill the 3 of them, it could have been something like that they were doing something, not like they were manufacturing.
I would think to take them out the game that fast, they would have to do something that they ingested.
They could have accidentally done that.
Yeah.
They could have touched the wrong thing. They say it doesn't take much. You could have residue on the table.
Yeah, I mean,
I've heard police. That's enough.
I've heard police, when they bust people with it, dying from it.
Yeah.
Touching it.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
Shit like that, like getting sick and like ODing and everything just from touching it, like or dealing with the shit that it's in, killing them.
Exactly. It's just the residue. What if Jordan was, I don't know, doing it on the dining room table by himself?
And
these 3 guys come over for a pizza party and touch the table.
Okay, well, now we all know they were doing drugs, right? We can all agree on they were doing drugs.
I definitely think somehow or another. Yeah,
where is the drug paraphernalia?
Jordan got rid of it.
He got rid of it. That is exactly right. That's what I wanted to hear. He absolutely got rid of it.
Yeah, that's why he didn't report the bodies.
That's exactly
he set
what.
himself up with an alibi. Oh my God!
There
I
you
was
go.
out there for
100.
2 days.
Guilty as shit. There you go. You're on the same page.
And
with me.
I think the dogs and the drug stuff all went to the same place. Wherever they went, he was clearing that house out.
He was cleaning that shit. Gone. Boom.
Before
Out.
anybody ever knew those
He
guys.
mopped and blowed that bitch down. I bet you the new it's the cleanest shit when the next people moved in.
Yep, I do. I definitely think. Or who knows how much stuff could he possibly be
From this point, from that point, it's all about them building his alibi because it was get rid of the paraphernalia, get a lawyer.
Yep.
Right. He didn't report it. Then when they got him, get a lawyer up, shut up, rehab, get ready for court. It's almost systematic.
It is. He definitely used that time to get rid of everything and set himself up with an alibi.
Now the wallets is just a crazy thing. I think that was just random. You know how you have these weird anomalies in the world, like a UFO or Bigfoot sighting?
Yeah.
Them dudes probably actually did take their wallets out, which is strange, right? It's strange. And that might have nothing to do with it. It's just weird. I've never seen it done.
Yeah. I have never either. And then there was something else that nobody touched on. It couldn't have only been their wallets, because didn't they say that the family was calling their phones and this guy was reading the messages?
They were calling his phone. They were calling.
Oh, I thought they said they were calling the guy's phone.
They were calling their
and he
phones
was
too.
reading them.
No. He didn't read the messages.
Oh,
on their
okay.
phones.
Because I'm thinking the phones were left behind with the wallet. You know what I mean?
No,
I
was
thought
reading
everything was
his
left.
messages, and he said they were going to robocalls. But Alex Lee, which guy number 5, I call him player number 5 because this is all football game-ish. He called Alex. He called Jordan himself. Now his call wouldn't have went to robocall because they were friends. He knew Alex. How come he didn't answer that call? You see, you get into that.
Right.
But then if he gets into this, I was drugged up too. We all did drugs, and they died and I didn't.
He would hope there's no phone stuff on his phone.
Yeah,
that he wasn't passed out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they didn't do a real solid investigation on this. They treated this as an accident from the very beginning, just like an accident.
Yep.
And not like a crime. This was never treated like a crime, and it's hard to treat a crime like a crime after the whole crime's been cleaned up.
That baffles me. I mean, like 3 men dead in a backyard, and you just walk in and say, "Oh, no foul play here.
No foul play.
We're all good.
And you
We're all
don't have
good
to
here."
say nothing. Like they didn't have to say that. They could say we found 3 people. Right now it's undetermined how they died. But as soon as you say foul play, you take responsibility from anybody else. And it's too soon to do that. Because you don't know what's going to. Things happen fast and things come out quick. Like before witnesses can even talk or people can even say what they've seen or heard, they've already come to their conclusion. And I think that's shitty investigation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to talk bad about the police. I'm just saying that I think they see this a lot, and that sometimes it is exactly what it is. It's a junkie that's OD'd.
Yeah, that's true too.
This is a little bit different, and it should have been handled a little bit different than your typical junkie just OD'd on the block. So that's what I truly think.
I do too. I
All
agree
right.
with that.
You have a good one.
You too, Dolly.
All right, peace.
Bye-bye.
Dolly. Hello. Okay. Goodbye. You probably waited an hour to get through too. Dolly. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
How's it going?
Yes, hi. Yeah, I wanted to call in because I wanted to, say that, allegedly what my theory is that whatever drug they all 4 took, when Jordan went upstairs to go to sleep, he knocked out for 48 hours, probably thinking it was just like overnight. The other ones that were outside, I believe the one they found in the chair, I think he actually went to go get help and tired out. And their bodies, because they didn't have coats on, I believe one of them had a coat on.
Two of them had coats on, one of them didn't.
Right. And the two, I think that all three of them, honestly, didn't realize how cold it was. Whatever drug they took, it kind of like made them think that their bodies were hotter than they actually were. And so that's how, you know, the hypothermia would come about, because it looked like for those two to be out in the lawn and the gentleman in the chair, it looked like he tried to go get help and kind of got exhausted and passed out on the chair. Now, my thing is that for Jordan to go to rehab at this point, it's like throwing a lot of red flags, because why are you going to rehab? What drug? What were you addicted to? What was going on?
Yeah, exactly.
That you feel like you're in rehab. But the thing is that when the toxicology comes back, and hopefully, like, you know, they can just sum it down to one drug. But if it's multiple different things, and this guy went upstairs, and, you know, the gentleman, Alex, he left at 12 o'clock, but he doesn't say, you know, was Jordan there? Who was actually there? He's just saying, you know, yeah, I saw them and I left at 12 o'clock. So
he said that all four of them were there and they were watching Jeopardy when he left. Everything was normal.
Right.
He left. All four of them were there. They were watching Jeopardy.
Right. And so when he left, so from that time until 2 o'clock in the morning is when something apparently happened. But my thing is, they're saying that there could have been a confrontation as well. And maybe Jordan got pissed off and locked him outside.
Yeah, but as a grown man, you would think you would leave,
I know.
you know, you'd walk and... Here's my thing, the whole freezing to death thing. If I was to say Jordan locked me out in the house and my keys are in that house, I'm kicking your fucking front door off the hinges or your back door off the hinges, and I'll fix that tomorrow, but I ain't gonna sit out here and freeze to death. My keys are in your house.
Right, exactly.
You know, look, the lady,
the
fiance, she broke in the house. Now, how many people do that?
Exactly.
Right? She was
So
determined to
I
find
just
her
think-
loved one. She was like, his car's here, he's here. I'm getting in that bitch.
Right. Whatever drug they took, for Jordan to sleep for 48 hours and to wake up with a glass in his hand like if it was, you know, 24 hours.
Well, according to his lawyer, the lawyer said conflicting statements. He said he got up, left, went and did other things, came back. He just didn't notice the call, didn't think nothing was up, but he didn't sleep for 48 hours. And according to the lawyer, he didn't go upstairs. He slept on the couch.
Right. And the neighbor, when they showed the picture of the neighbor's footage, both cars are outside. And that's what threw an alarm to him, was why are these cars outside?
Yeah. And he was
For 2
pretty
days
new
and
to the neighborhood himself, because he said he had the neighbor, the one across the street that had videotape. He said he hadn't been living there long, but he just thought it was odd.
Right. And when the two trucks are outside, if he did leave the house, there's no way he could have missed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was no way he could have missed the cars. But I think that he, you know, like the family saying and the cousins saying that he was like this genius chemist in high school and he could pretty much put together any drug that somebody wanted.
Yeah.
For whatever they were feeling or wanting to feel. I believe that he did use them as guinea pigs. And I don't think that he really thought that something was going to happen. And he indulged as well. And he just ended up passing out in the warm air and they froze to death in the lawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just alleged. That's, you know, it's my opinion. I just wanted to call in and, you know, say that because, you know, rigor mortis was already setting in on the gentleman that was sitting in the chair.
Yeah, but that does that after 12 hours.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I love your show.
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
Peace.
All right.
Okay, so like the rigor mortis, I think that sets in after like 12 hours or something like that. And then, or it lasts 12 hours. I can't remember. But you go stiff, and then after a while, you go limp again. Okay? It's your muscles, they lock all up. Plus, these guys were frozen. So was it rigor mortis or how long they were dead, or was it just that they were frozen? Trigger warning, guys. I do know they had to wait to do their autopsies because they were frozen solid. 18 degrees for 2 days is enough to freeze you solid. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, how you doing? I just wanted to touch on that. I wish we were talking about my Chiefs more so than these three guys, but it's a tragedy what happened. But I heard that they were drinking. Now, I read an article in the paper that says, I don't know if it's substantiated or if it's right, but they said that somebody saw something that they shouldn't have. Now, right there, you smell a little foul play, right? But what these guys, they were high school buddies, I reckon. So what happened was these guys used to play a drinking game. Apparently, it came out the woodwork. They used to play a drinking game, right? Have you ever heard of the drinking game called, it's called different things, but Soggy Muffin?
I definitely haven't heard of that.
Okay, so real quick, just to let you know, a bunch of college buddies of mine used to play it. So you all stand around a muffin, and the last guy to come on it has to...
Okay, that was about to get bad. That was about to get bad, okay? We don't want to hear about your muffin. We don't want to hear about none of that stuff. The trolls are out tonight, boy. The trolls are out tonight. So when that phone line goes up, you never know who's going to call it. For the most part, it's always people that are into the cases and talk about what we want to talk about. Every now and then you get some weirdo that's in their mama's basement, e-jacking, weirdos that I don't know. I have no clue. People said, wow. Okay. So anyway, does it make Jordan look good or bad that he's going to rehab? Look, now if he has a drug problem and he goes to rehab, that's a good thing. Okay, that's a good thing. But the problem is you act like you didn't know what happened. You can't have it both ways. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly.
Hey.
Rhonda from Tennessee.
Hey, Rhonda. You ain't going to tell me no crazy stories about a muffin, are you?
No, I'm not going to tell you about no soggy muffin or nothing like that.
Okay. All right.
I remember the other night we talked and I told you that I believe that he cleaned the mess up. That's why he didn't answer the door for 2 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember I said there's partying and it was trashed and he's cleaning everything up before.
That's facts. Yeah, he had
anyway.
Up.
Right. Well, anyway, I think he went into rehab to cover his ass. I mean, that's going to be his defense, okay?
Yeah, I think the majority of the public that are into this agree that he's done this to cover his ass.
In my opinion. Sorry, I have to say that.
That's my opinion, too.
Anyway, there's a new drug in Tennessee that's worse than fentanyl. Oh, the F word, sorry.
Okay.
This guy below us got robbed Sunday, and they tasered this guy like 4 times, and 5 cops couldn't hold him down. And they said it was a new drug in town that starts with an N. That the Narcan couldn't even.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been hearing
but anyway,
drugs out there that are really, really, really bad. But, I'm not really into the drug scene, so.
Right, me either. But it's just really sad that the families have to go through this to find out that they were lab rats. That's what I think. I think he was experimenting.
Oh,
and they probably didn't even know they was ingesting anything.
If it's designer drugs, I think he should be in prison. If it's just like your H or your F and they got their hands on it as a group, then
right,
that's different. But if it's something he's created and these 3 dudes are dead, his ass needs to be in prison.
For a long time.
For a long time. Yeah.
Anyway, and one more thing, and then I'll hang up. My sister lives in Martinsville, Virginia. And they had a big drug bust up there today, and they said it was on the news that they got like 700
capsules or something of the F
Uh-huh.
from this one house. And this lady calls into the news station and says, surely we're not going to have to hear this 1,500 times on the news about the F, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, we need to hear about it because that's killing people every day.
Every day.
And she got mad because they were reporting on it.
And it's horrible here in Virginia. Okay, it's horrible. The amount of people that are dying here from it is absolutely horrible.
Honey, it's like that in Tennessee too. It's just, it's really sad. I mean, it's every day.
It's almost like I have a Walking Dead movie, you know?
Right, yeah. But I just wanted to let you know that I think the rehab is a cover-up. Like, you know, I just think it's to cover his honey in.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree with you 100%. I appreciate you calling.
Thanks, Dolly.
All right, you have a good one. Peace.
Bye. Peace.
All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, don't forget to hit the like on this video. The algorithm hates my face. How many likes we got on this video? How many likes? I'm about to rage quit. Okay? I'm about to rage quit. I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna rage quit. But make sure y'all hit that like button for me, guys. Dolly gotta eat. Dolly gotta eat, and I don't want to be homeless, walking around, living next to a junkie. Okay. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too good. Under the weather, but I'll manage.
Okay.
So I jumped in about an hour ago. I was gonna say, wasn't the full moon last week?
I guess there's a few of them out tonight, you know. Sometimes it turns into a wolf. You don't even need a whole moon.
Right. Okay. So where does this come from that Jordan's in rehab? Oh, that's my question.
News sources.
News sources.
Yeah, I woke up with like 50 million messages.
Okay, so do we know that's true or no?
Allegedly. Everything's allegedly on the internet.
Right. Well, the lawyer that needs a lawyer, if he is indeed in rehab, I think I agree with some of your other callers that yeah, the lawyer probably advised him to do that.
Yeah, it's from the very beginning. I believe he set up his defense. He knew they died. He cleaned up the scene, which is illegal. Okay. He didn't notify the authorities, which is illegal. Then he lawyered up, which was shitty to the family, not illegal, but just dirtball. He should have went and talked to the family and let them know what happened. And now he's sticking into rehab. It's building his defense. This is exactly what he did. And these three dudes are dead. And the only thing the family wanted was an explanation. And they ain't.
Yeah, but how is checking yourself into rehab? How is that a defense? I mean,
that he was under the influence too, so he wasn't aware of what was going on because he was fucked up himself. I guess that's the defense you would go with. Like, I don't know what they were doing, dude. I was in the bathroom doing damn blow and X, you know what I'm saying, or something, you know. I don't know. I just think in the public eye it makes him look bad because he's saying he didn't know nothing about it. Now it looks like you're a drug addict. Okay, it just, I don't think his lawyer's helping him at all.
Right, that's my point.
Not in public eye. Maybe in court it may help him, but in public opinion, like, dude, you look guilty as shit.
Yeah. And we talked like a week ago, and you know, my point at that time was, why is that house not a crime scene? And you said, well, ODing is not a crime scene. ODing is not illegal.
They don't care. Let's be honest. When you die on drugs, people don't care.
I know.
They act like you're not human anymore because you died on drugs. You still a human being. You know, they're like, it's up, drugs, oh, fuck them.
Right.
That person lived a whole life, probably a good life, and then maybe they turned to drugs and died. And when it's just like, fuck them, that fuck their whole life because they made a batch of bad decisions, you know what I'm saying? That's how people treat dead drug addicts, and it's sad. They're people too.
Yeah, but yeah, I get your point, but not 3 at one fucking time.
I know that's a little unusual. I'd agree that is unusual.
I mean, one dies here, and
drug addicts dead like that in trap houses. They'll go in trap houses, find 5 motherfuckers dead.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I mean, personally, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they be finding some dead junkies. Like we had 17 die here in one weekend.
Yeah, I heard you say that once.
Yeah, it was like a high that's just a high. I mean, they die every day here. I mean, somebody's dying right now as we speak is getting hit with a thing of Narcan right here in where I'm at. I guarantee it. That's how bad it is. Every day. Every day. Not a day goes by somebody don't drop dead.
Yeah, and one of your callers was talking about like even coming into contact with the F.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you go on YouTube and you just search cop passes out in parking lot over F,
mm-hmm.
You got to see that video.
And I live by a major port too, so I don't think that helps the fact that so many people are dying because these drugs are coming from somewhere, you know, that are killing people, and they only get here a few different ways. And if you look at places that are around certain areas, the amount of people dying are greater because that's where the drugs are being brought from. That's what I believe.
Right. I don't live in Texas right now, but I did for 35 years. And in the last, several years, since, who took over and, what happened at that border, we didn't have these problems when the border was pretty much closed. Now that it's open and things are just flowing in.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it ain't flowing in from them people. It's flowing in through other people, but flowing in through those channels.
Right.
Responsible for the countries that are responsible for the deaths that we're seeing in America. America knows who them people are. I know who. We know what country is responsible for all these deaths we're seeing in America.
Mm-hmm.
America going to do anything about it? And what do you do about it? Then it becomes this big. And I ain't into politics. I know this. I want to see people in our country stop dying. And if there's going to be a war on drugs, it needs to be a war on that drug. Okay, because that is the drug that's killing everybody. I don't care if you're fucked up and you need rehab. I don't want to see you dead.
Right.
People are going to party. People are going to do these things. But if these things that are coming into the country are killing people, them are the things we need to keep out of the country. They got to do something like dramatically to shut it down. Like that, just that little wall, that ain't going to stop the problem. They need to stop the source of the problem. My truth.
Yeah.
How you do that without starting a world war? Drugs is big money, and a lot of countries pay for their countries with drugs.
Yep.
Just like Afghanistan, if we would have cut down all their poppy fields, their whole economy would have collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been eating dirt. They gotta have that. That's their cash crop. So are you really trying to stop drugs? No, you're not. You're just trying to maintain it. They're trying to maintain it. They're not trying to stop it. If they were I don't know. It's you could go into that one forever. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Yeah, I could go on about the war on drugs forever, and it's sad. It's sad to see. We're talking about it right now. These 3 people, this is because of what's going on in the world. This is a worldwide problem. Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm getting older by the day.
Yeah, everybody is, I think.
Yeah.
You've been button.
But I have an idea.
I believe that the renter of the house stayed in the house. The three young men went outside and they smoked the same doobie, like they passed it around, and it had F in it. And the drug maybe that the renter took was different drug. Am I too loud?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. And then I wanted to say, for people who or young people especially who want to take drugs or want to experiment, it only comes to rob, to steal, to kill, and destroy. And it's a tragic, sad thing that these three young men had to die because of someone's ignorance. I don't want young people to be ignorant. Don't take drugs that you know nothing what's in it, or don't be passing doobies around, and, you know, be careful. If you can't quit, be careful and try not to take drugs. That's from Grandma.
From Grandma. Okay. Just say no.
Oh, okay, but I really do think something was passed around. That's why they all three. And then I'm wondering about the relative who went in the basement. I don't know how many feet down is the basement window that she went through. I don't know how many feet down she had to drop. And I'm a woman. I wouldn't dare go in that house by myself. So I just wanted to share my thoughts.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate that. You have a good one, Grandma.
You take care, Dolly. I love you.
All right. Peace.
Bye-bye. Peace.
Yeah. You don't think that when you think weed that it'll kill you. I don't. It's a scary thing nowadays. Like, you have to think that. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Sweetly.
Hey, what up, Sweet Leaf?
Hey.
Hey.
I was, hey, that's the glare calling in.
Oh, is that
the weirdo?
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. He's a good dog.
I thought you would recognize his voice.
I don't watch that dude. Nobody watches that dude but Karen Reed simps.
But you've heard him enough times. I thought maybe you'd recognize him.
Well, if I could have smelled his breath, it smelled like turtle dick, then I would have knew who it was.
Hey, I think you ought to get a turtle stuffed animal to put down there at the memorial.
I got one somebody gave me, and I was thinking that, but like I said, I don't like to give stuff away that people gave me, but I guess we could do the turtle.
No, down there at the beach, I'm sure you could find a stuffed turtle.
I mean, most of the stores ain't open. I mean, I can go. We're gonna put a teddy bear out there in the morning. I'll be out there in the morning, just in case they do.
I totally enjoyed that this morning. I watched the sunset come up with you.
Huh? You watched the sunset come up with me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we'll be out there today for the sunrise.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
But this time I'm gonna have coffee and some breakfast with me. I was a little unprepared today, and I'm gonna have dry shoes on because that whole last hour of me being out there, my feet were soaking wet.
Maybe some rubber boots.
I don't need rubber boots. I just ain't gonna get that close to the water again like that. I got trapped up under the pier and that wave hit me.
Yeah. Well, one more thing I was gonna tell you. Oh, I was thinking maybe they picked up the wrong blunt.
I know that. Why does everybody keep saying that something? That scares me. What if I pick up the wrong? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to die. But that goes to street drugs. Street drugs, about anything you buy off the street, there's a possibility it could kill you. Anything. If you
this guy was making designer drugs.
Well, that's allegedly. If it comes back, a designer drug in these dudes' system, I think he should be in prison. If it comes back that it's like H or F, something he didn't create, then that's different.
You know, when I worked at the rehab, they had this mortician that was hooked on embalming fluid.
Hooked on embalming fluid. Well, I've heard people say that stuff, that, you know, people put, you know, different things in different drugs. That's the scary. That's a scary thing. You know, that's a scary thing when you smoke behind somebody or something like that. You don't know what they're smoking. You know.
I was shocked. I was like, "What?"
I work with these dudes. I work with these dudes that smoke blunts, and I could never smoke with them because they lace their blunts.
Yeah.
You know, so that, yeah, I ain't no druggie, you know, because I look at certain things that, you know, medical, you know, for medical reasons, like your smokers. I don't really look at that as a drug. I know it's scheduled as one on, you know, by the federal government, but according to some states, it's medicine. So I don't look. Yeah, when they start messing with that, that's when it gets scary, because then, you know, that's open. A lot of people do that. There ain't a lot of people that are doing H as much as there is. Half the country smokes. If you start tainting the smoke line, there'd be a lot of fucking dead people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a scary thing.
Well, I live in Texas, but I don't think they're ever gonna allow it.
All right, there, Sweet Leaf. Chair shake. I feel a tremor.
No, one more thing.
Okay.
Back when I was about 18, I had a friend that was on he was a cancer patient, and they gave it to him for his nausea.
Yeah, it's good for that stuff. They give it to a lot of people with AIDS, HIV, cancer, bad joints.
Because I was out on a sailboat and I got really sick and was very nauseated, and I smoked out and my nausea.
Okay, sweet. Wait. What?
Yeah.
Dolly, she got earthquake.
Oh, hey Dolly, Hey Dolly, how you doing, man? Listen, I can't really talk right now. Can you call?
I can't talk to you. These weird dudes that are calling. Look, go on, okay. Tell your mother to change your diapers. You grown ass men simping for, like, I don't mess with grown. Okay, Dolly.
Dolly?
Yes.
I told you Jordan was in rehab.
He's definitely in rehab.
Yep, I told you, Dolly, that he was in rehab.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to check something out really quick, because if this is true, they're going to have to shut down the whole water system in all of Kansas.
He's flushed.
Because evidently Jordan was making drugs in his labs in his house and giving them to people.
Okay, yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, we heard that.
Caleb. Yeah, did you see it?
I seen it.
Did you see that wonderful interview?
I seen that wonderful interview.
What do you think about that?
I had-
Did you not think that was like made and built for Alex?
I don't know. I seen it with my good eye.
Well, I mean, I want you to think about something.
Uh-huh.
Jordan goes into rehab. It surfaces today. All of a sudden, this interview comes out from a family member who rags on Jordan to make him look really bad. And then all of a sudden, the whole thing goes in, oh, and how do you feel about that Alex? Didn't you think that was kind of strange? Oh, Alex.
Well, media baits you all the
wonderful
time.
guy.
The media baits you all the time. The media person asked him that.
Oh, yeah, but don't you think it's kind of strange how they just all of a sudden went into, and what do you think about that Alex? From nowhere else. He's talking about how awful Jordan is, and all of a sudden it was, and what do you think about that Alex?
That's how you get a question out. That's how you get a question, though. Like,
I know,
I'm
but
curious
don't
about Alex
think
myself too. So I thought the dude from News Nation, he did a really good job because, yes, he redirected it, but we needed that information. What kind of he was just asking them basically what kind of people was, and the cousin said that Alex Lee was a good guy.
yeah, I know, but you have to understand that this whole family is surrounded by Alex, and Alex is also nobody knows for sure what time Alex actually left Jordan's house.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going by what Alex is telling them. They don't know if really he left at 2:00 when people started dying. They don't know any of that.
Mm-hmm.
All they know is by what Alex is telling them. And another thing is Alex is watching these podcasts. It's just way too coincidental how first Alex's story collaborated with Jordan. And then all of a sudden everybody was questioning, where are the dogs? Where are the dogs? I don't know. Well, Jordan took the dogs over to his parents. And then all of a sudden the next day it was, Alex says that, oh, hey, I saw a dog there. And then that was just number one.
All the news,
number two was,
all the news watches these true crime podcasts. All the news. I've been contacted by every news person. Banfield, Court TV, Nancy
No,
Blaze.
I'm talking about Alex.
Yeah, all
I'm
watch
talking
it.
about Alex. I'm talking about Alex himself is watching this because he knows what people are talking about and what people are itching to find out the most.
Where their producers watch it. I don't know if they actually watch it, but I know they're producing.
I don't know, but Alex, it always seems to come out that whatever it is that people are questioning, like first it was the dog, then it was they heard that maybe there was a fight. Next thing you know, Alex says he tells the family, "Oh, there was a big fight," so that gets all over to the podcast. And people start saying, see, we thought there was a fight. And so people start going, okay, so they go back to Jordan and Alex is the good guy. And now I'll tell you something that's really strange, that's really bothering me, is the family saying, oh, Jordan had to give our son's coat, Ricky's coat, to a family friend. I bet you I know who that family friend was. I bet you it was Alex. And I bet you Alex had that coat. I'm telling you, Alex is setting Jordan up so bad it's not even funny.
You think Alex is really close with the family and he's in communication with the family and that's how they acquired the stuff back from Jordan's house? Is it all went to Alex?
Absolutely. I think Alex had that coat all along. I know that the police were there. Neighbors were saying that house had a crime scene tape around it for a day while they searched it. And that information, I heard it on the news.
Well, the neighbor said he searched the house, but we don't know how thoroughly they searched the house.
I know, but they said they were searching that house for the day.
But why didn't they find any drug paraphernalia? If these men died of drugs, how come there's no drug paraphernalia? Because somebody cleaned it up.
I know, but what I'm saying is we don't know what paraphernalia it was. We don't know if it was a joint. Maybe it was a single joint that was laced with fentanyl. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that single joint could have killed could have put.
But the roads would have been there. It would have been something left to test.
Not if it melted not if it was in the snow.
Huh. Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So, yeah.
Wouldn't there be a plastic baggie with residue or something on it to show that what did they keep the drugs in their hand? You got to put it in something.
I don't know, but I'm sure that when Jordan went and discussed all this with his attorney and when he was taken to jail, I'm sure, or not to jail, but when he was detained and taken and interrogated, I'm sure that, I don't know how much information he might have gave, but I'm sure that when he talked to his attorney, I'm sure he said, hey, you know what? We were all so totally blasted and this is what happened. And then I found that kind of strange too, because the attorney, Paserno, said he's the one who brought up the fifth guy.
Mm-hmm.
who is Alex. And
he thought he was
never
going to have a
mentioned
fall
Alex's
guy,
name.
but that didn't work out for him too good, I don't think.
I know, but that's the whole thing. The family's making it sound like he's a fall guy. I mean, Alex is playing Jordan like a freaking puppet. He's playing all of us like a puppet. I mean, he's playing that family like a puppet.
So what
And
do you
know
think?
what?
What do you
Another
think?
thing tonight,
What do you think? How do you think he's involved in it, though?
I think he is the one that supplied the drugs that night, and I think he's scared half out of his wits. And I think he's thinking right now.
Well, why
that
didn't
if
Jordan
he
tell
said-
it?
I think that Jordan probably is going to, and I think they're investigating Alex, but the family is covering for Alex. The family never mentions how they're just not. The family's making Alex to be too much of a good guy. But Alex,
Well, I mean, that
and
would be like
Ashley's
me and my best friend. If people were accusing me of killing my best friend, his family would know better than that. They'd be like, "There's no fucking way in the world Jimmy killed him." They would never in a million years be mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
Right now they're saying there's no way that Alex could do this. He's too much of a good guy. We believe him. He's
That's always the
devastated.
killers too. The one you can't believe did it. You ever notice that when somebody did? I can't believe that dude did that. He was such a good neighbor.
No, I mean, I'm hearing Jordan never, ever left the house. And people are saying that. And you know what would have been weird is if Jordan would have left the house over the weekend and would have been seen all around town, because that would have been unlike him. So don't you think for those 2 days that he didn't show up outside, that would have been unlike him to show up outside? Because the neighbors never saw him.
They didn't see him.
Why am I seeing all this? I mean, I don't understand why I'm sitting here seeing this stuff and nobody seems to be other than me.
Well, I mean, everybody depends what angle you're looking at something from. You might be at a different angle.
I guess, and I guess did you watch Ashley Banfield's interview tonight with the guy that interviewed Caleb?
No, I didn't. I didn't see nothing of Banfield tonight. I can.
Right. Well, she saw the interview with Caleb, and she saw how Caleb responded regarding Alex. And she said, "Do we know anything about this, Alex?" And he said, "Well, he seems to be a really good friend of the family's, but I've been trying to find this Alex because we need to talk to him really bad. We need to get an interview, but I can't find him anywhere. He seems to have lawyered up, but I can't find him anywhere. He seems to have dropped off the face of the earth."
Yeah.
So nobody from the press can find Alex, but the family can.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen to that interview because she questions it. And that guy actually says he cannot find Alex. He's looked for him.
Well, it seems like Alex, he came out and talked in the very beginning, but he lawyered up also.
Uh-huh. And you never have heard since. The family has seen him around, but nobody else has able to find him. And we haven't heard from his attorney either. Not regarding Alex, we haven't. Not since that first time.
We ain't heard nothing from Alex.
No, except for the family has heard from him.
Not
all the family.
Yeah,
seen
not
Alex.
what he relayed stuff through the lawyer. We heard stuff from the lawyer, but we didn't actually hear nothing from him.
I'm telling you, that's right. Why hasn't Alex come out public to everybody out there in the universe? Why hasn't Alex called into podcast? Never hear from Alex.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'll be willing to place a bet with you that now that I've said that, if he's listening here, that Alex will call you tomorrow.
That he'll call? No, I don't know. Like if you was involved in something, okay? Let's say you're involved in something. Would you want the attention? I mean, I wouldn't want attention brought on me. Like if I'm involved in something, I'm not calling podcasts. I'm not calling shit. I'm hiding.
No, but you know what? He's behind the scenes with the family and the family only. And I'm telling you, the criminal stays close to the crime, and that's how he's doing it, is through the family. He's hearing what's going on through the family, and he's making sure that he's in their face at all times. But nobody else can find Alex.
Okay. Well, look, hey,
I think it's,
I appreciate you calling in.
yeah, I know you have to go. I know you got other callers, but I knew you would listen to me, and I just find it all too interesting.
Okay. Well, you be good. Stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Peace. Now, the plot thickens. I just think, my opinion, it makes that he checked into rehab. It makes him look like he was doing the drugs with him. Dolly.
Dolly, what's up, man? Hey, this is Michael from Mississippi, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Hey, look, check this out. I've been following you for a long time, but look, I'm not a troll, trust me. But look, I think those dudes actually. I don't think that dude's guilty at all. I really don't. But I do honestly think that the fifth guy allegedly brought the drugs. Okay. And you're right when you said it was ingested. There's no way that it wasn't ingested. It had to have been. K, Zan, all that.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, all that. Those three right there. That's the main ones right there that I'm looking at. But I honestly think that, like, I'm not so sure if the dude that was the scientist or whatever, even too, he may have just been like, they're handing them out or whatever, and he was just like, I'm just gonna go to bed, blah blah blah. But the one thing that, like, how there were two in the yard and one on the porch. I honestly think that, because I mean, all that kind of stuff, you're gonna get sick. They could have just went out to the yard, man, because, like, a lot of people go out there just to throw, when you take that kind of stuff, man, you want to throw up, because when you throw it up and you look up, that's when it turns into what you're wanting to, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, that's what I'm thinking happened to those dudes. I don't think those dudes just walked out into the yard and just fell out. I just don't believe that. But I could see three dudes going out on the back porch, probably having a smoke or whatever. They taking, whatever, and starting to feel sick, and they go out they didn't want to puke on the dude's backyard,
Yeah, you mean they went outside so they didn't throw up in his house.
Yeah. Or even on the back porch, they just wanted to walk out, and then all of a sudden, but no, by far, no question about it, that there was some bad drugs going on over there.
Yeah.
You can't tell me, you cannot tell me, I promise you cannot tell me anything other than that.
And they all had to do it at the same time, because if you watch the first guy die, would you do it?
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, if they all walked outside on the back porch, and like you said just a minute ago, there's no question. Everybody's talking about, like, smoking this. No, because like you said, like, there'd be a roach right there on the ground somewhere.
Yeah, laced with the drug.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it was an ingested drug, man. It was a pill, or it was like special. It was something.
They either stored it something, or they
man.
banged something. I doubt they were banging it, so they probably most likely snorted it.
Yeah, that's exactly. And if I had to think about it, if I had to just guess off the cuff right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's Coca-Cola. There's no question about it, because that's just the main thing. That's what, you know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Oh, you don't? What do you think?
I'm thinking it's H.
Yep.
That takes more people out than anything. You may have one or two of them have a heart attack and die. 3 of them people having heart attacks and dying simultaneously in the cold. Nope. This is some A's. That ain't C on that. There ain't no Coca-Cola involved in that. That's straight Pepsi.
Yeah. I mean, that could be, but man, look. And talking about,
and it's going to be mixed with the F you watch. When it comes out, it's going to be H and F.
Oh, no question about it. I'm 1,000% sure of that. I'm 1,000% sure of that.
Yeah.
Like I know, man. I know for a fact. But look, no, I don't know for a fact. Allegedly, I guess. But look, check this out. Like
my crystal ball. I got my crystal ball right here. It says,
right.
That's what's coming.
Hey, get your little box too, man. Yeah. They'll tell you. He'll tell you.
He'll tell me. I know.
But look, man, look, I'm telling you, but that the dude that I don't think he had. I just think they stayed up way too late. I think the dude went to sleep, and you know, like, because I've been there before. I've done that before, man. You stay up so late, you sleep late. You don't come out of your house for a minute, you know? Like,
yeah, I slept all day today. I was out at the beach all.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. Like, did you see what was in your backyard or your front? No, because you just stay in there and you turn the TV on. And
you could have killed somebody in the next room from me today. I was knocked out.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man.
But that's not every day. That was just the day.
They're giving the guy hell, man. And no, but on the flip side,
do you think this is just a bunch of homeboys that were all druggies and 3 of them just kicked over?
I'm just telling you, they all took it. The dude stayed in the house. He got lucky. And here's the thing. He may not even have taken the pill or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he may have just been responsible and just went to bed. He just like, fuck it, I'm not taking. Or, you know, whatever. I mean.
What if he went over there and he supplied this and it killed him? Would you have a different vibe for him then?
No, the 5th guy, that's a different guy. That's a whole different, because that's the guy. He's the one.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he's the one that turned everything out. That, to me, that's the one you need to be looking at. It's not the Willis guy or whatever. I really don't think it is. I honestly do not think. I think that was just it just happened. Like, that's just the way he just stayed. They stayed up late. He slept late. Now, on the flip side, there's just so many different angles that you can look at this, but like, I don't think the dude, no negligence by far. He covered, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened to that dude. He woke up the next morning. He looked around. He looked outside. He saw them cars. He looked around, and I'm sure he saw the dude outside. There's no question. You could not miss that dude sitting in the chair. You cannot tell me that. But he got nervous. You know what I mean? Like, he's freaking out. He's just like, oh, what the fuck? You know, how do I pull this off? Now, the whole thing about him going to the door with the wine glass, I don't really know what scientists are thinking of, but like, I know me, and I know what I would do. That would be the last thing that I would do. I would have put some clothes on, walked up there with a glass of milk or something, you know.
A glass
like,
of milk? Hey, he needs some milk.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, dude. Like, I really don't know his angle with that one. But at the end of the day, I don't think the dude meant to kill his 3 best friends. Because here's the thing. Why in the hell would he go buy 4 tickets for his friends?
Why in the hell?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? Why would you go spend, $500 on 4 tickets
and then kill
the next game, but you're gonna take them out tonight?
Well, can't you always give the ticket? Can't you always give the tickets to somebody else?
Oh, I mean, I guess you could.
Be like, yo, I got you these tickets, but now they belong to somebody else. I gotta kill you.
Yeah, it just don't make sense to me, man. Like, I mean,
you spend 500 on you ain't killing them if you spend 500. You're like, I ain't spending this money on you just to kill you.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Don't it make them look innocent? It makes them look innocent, like he ain't had nothing to do with it if he buys them the tickets. He was like, I wouldn't kill them. I bought them tickets to the Chiefs game.
Man, that's honestly, I just think that's like overthinking it. Like, I honestly think, dude, I think this guy is why haven't they even tried to go towards him? Like, why? Like, nobody's even tried to talk to him or
what was that word you said? What was that word? It was like, was that like a cat? Did you step on a cat? Oh, okay. I was just checking. Yeah, it's something definitely going on. Definitely for sure.
I don't know, man. But look, I'm gonna shoot you an email, man. Like, I'd like to pick your brain. I got some ideas, man. Like, I'm about to launch my channel, so I want to pick your brain a little bit about some things.
Okay.
No, not your channel, but like technical stuff. So
okay. I'm a pretty technical dude.
Yeah. I saw you today with that drone, man. That looked good.
Yeah, I got some skills. I got a little bit of skills. I got a little bit of skills.
Yeah, I saw that, man. Like, I've wrecked quite a few of them, man. I've never had a DJI though, so I know those are a lot better. So anyway, I'll let you get back to your chat, man. Nice talking to you.
You be good.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Okay, either he did some drugs with Jordan. Jordan sold him the drugs that he's on now. Or he needs to be the next person to check into rehab, okay? He was hyped up. Coca-Cola. He was like, wow! It was like, damn. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, I'm really sorry. I'm going to make this quick because I know you have other callers.
Okay.
But I meant to say, as I was listening to your other call there, I know that I forgot to tell you, but Jordan, his problem was not really with drugs, from what I understand. Allegedly, it's alcohol.
Alcohol, that wine will get you.
Yeah, and I think it's
a
alcohol.
Wino at
And
30.
Huh?
He was a wino at 30 some years old. That shit don't even make good sense to me.
Well, I mean, I know that he has got a past record of it. He's got one all the way up to really, close to 2024. But anyway, and I think that your caller is right. I do believe that they got something and they went out in the back, and I think that that's when they all
collapsed,
kind of laid themselves out. But they actually passed out, and then they actually froze from passing out. It only takes like an hour. Did you watch the Dr. Baden interview?
What, to freeze to death in the cold?
The Dr. Baden interview, and what he weighed in on what he felt it happened.
No, I didn't.
And that,
I know who he is. He's that forensic pathologist. Did I say that right?
Yes, he's a forensic pathologist. He also weighed in on how he felt things happened. And then there was another interview with, what's his name? Alex, is it Morgan Stanley?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't keep up with all these people.
I know you know who it is. Alex Morgan. Oh, geez, what's his name? Anyway, he's another one who's been on this case, and he teaches crime and things like that. Anyway, he also weighed in on the same thing, and he had a long discussion regarding how he felt. How you can have this, you don't actually die, you actually lean back, feel kind of good, you pass out, and then it's the cold that gets you. It only takes like an hour for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, people get drunk and pass out and die in the cold all the time.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not uncommon for that to happen.
3 people to get drunk and pass out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all causing that. I think
Standing
they actually
in the yard?
No, they weren't standing. One was actually sitting in a chair.
Yeah, and the other 2 were on the ground, but at some point they had to be
The other 2
standing.
were laying on their backs on the ground. So they probably were sitting there and went ding and laid back. And
But why would they be sitting on the ground in the
guys.
snow? Why would they be sitting on the ground in the
Because
snow?
when you're at that point, you know what? You don't know what you're doing. And you get confused. You don't know.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I have a feeling that the family found out that, there was drugs in their system. I mean, they went and met with the prosecutor at for the county.
Uh-huh.
And I have a feeling that they found some information out that from, some information that they've gotten so far regarding what was in their system. I don't know that for sure, but something changed today for them.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure more will come out tomorrow. With him going to rehab, what the family says happened today with the prosecutor or DA.
I think they're going to be kind of tight-lipped just because they've been told to.
And if they charge them, then of course they'll probably.
They aren't going to charge them for many. It's going to take a while to do anything with this because it's going to take a long time to get these reports back.
Well, the toxicology will be back in a week.
They've been saying that now.
The autopsy. They did the autopsy.
Now they're saying it could be. They're saying now it could be another 7 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, they're saying that, but they'll have it for the public maybe to get the information, but for them to have the information, it ain't gonna take that long.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, they know what's going on now. It's us that don't have a clue.
Oh no, that's why they've been jumping up and down. They've been having a fit. That's why I think that they were able to get in and see this prosecutor. They saw the prosecutor in Platte County, and in Platte County and the police are working together on this. But I think the prosecutor might have given them some information that may have calmed them down. But they also, I think, gave them information regarding, we're still working on this. We're still investigating. We can't rush the investigation because if you do, it's going to wreck the whole case. So, I think they understand that now coming from somebody other than listening to the internet. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. That is your pick.
One more thing. The whole area that people are seeing that they're saying, how can he not see them in a chair in the backyard?
The blinds.
Number one, that you look in the backyard, the blinds are all closed. So, and that's the above area that you're seeing the closed blinds, that's to the kitchen. And those blinds are all closed. The only area that he could have seen, and this is the only way that he would have seen them, is if he walked around. That's an in-law suite. So if he goes to an in-law suite, he's going to see that. But that whole part of the house is an in-law suite. He never uses that because he never uses the in-law suite. So
you ever been in that house, lady?
No, but I can tell by the way the house is built. You can see that the garage doors are not real garage, and you can see by the beams that it's not. That garage has been built in to make another area. Those are not the garage doors you're seeing are not actual garage doors that you actually use. A whole new room has been built into that.
Okay. Anything else?
But yeah, so that's why he never uses the back. That's why he says, I've never used the backyard. That's why his attorney says he doesn't go out that door. He doesn't have a reason to because it's an in-law suite.
Okay.
So anyway, peace out.
All right, peace.
Bye.
I think that's the lawyer's paralegal. Dolly.
Hi, Dolly. It's Sabrina.
Say it one more time.
Sabrina.
Sabrina. Hey, how you doing, Sabrina? I'm doing pretty good. Living my best life.
Well, I'm in Virginia.
Heaven, Virginia?
Yeah, I'm out here in Shenandoah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But this happened, the same thing happened last year in Fairfax.
Did it in Virginia?
Yeah, these kids were rapping up there in Skyline Towers. And they were, they had like a studio set up in their apartment. And they were all doing the Coca-Cola, and it was laced. And when they started falling out, the dealer left, and his girlfriend dropped in the elevator. And
how many of them died?
I think four or five.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I've heard it. I've heard situations like that. Not in a rap studio, but in trap houses.
But they all went so fast that nobody called for help. And somebody found the girl in the elevator, apparently, something like that. And they looked at the camera, and that's how they found the other 3 or 4.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. That is crazy. Cause I hear that these drugs that they're so cheap to get it. That's what that F is so cheap to get. That's why they're putting it in all the drugs, and it makes the drugs more powerful. And it's cheap, and that's why all the drug dealers are. Either way, it's killing everybody.
Well, he was trying to boost up his Coca-Cola with it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make it better or whatever. But he was a big dealer down in Prince William County. My daughter's boyfriend actually died from his stuff.
Wow.
And she was talking to because she has a child by this guy, and she was talking to the prosecutors up there, and they said that we know where it came from, and he just killed a bunch of kids in Fairfax. That's how we found out.
Okay.
So, yeah, he didn't give much time. I think they gave him 15 years for 4 or 5 kids, something like that.
15 years, you said?
That's all they gave him.
Oh, okay. Wow.
He had a laundry list. They knew where it was coming. They just couldn't prove he had it. Every time they would grab him, he was empty,
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, look, I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Thanks, Dolly.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
You have a good one. Peace. Dolly. Hello. Dolly.
Hello, how's it going?
How's it going?
Not much. I'm heading to work right now. Just watching your show.
Awesome. All right. Who's this? Where you calling from?
California.
California. Okay. So what do you think about this stuff going on with the Kansas City 3?
I think he had something to do with it. The guy that owns the house or was renting the house.
Yeah, Jordan.
Come on. Yeah, Jordan. There you go.
Yeah, I believe so too. At least he knew they were dead. I don't know if he purposely killed them, but he definitely didn't report it.
He didn't report it. But honestly, who needs a friend like that? That's bullshit. At the end of the day, right? Like whenever me and my friends are hanging out, I make sure that they got home safe.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he should have at least reported those deaths.
Yeah, I believe so. Or at least, and if he's completely innocent of it all, he's a shitty friend because he at least has sat down with the parent and explained to them what happened.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because if that was my brother or that I was close to, I would want to, get his ass back for that kind of shit.
And I know the family would want to hear it, but they would accept it.
Of course.
I wouldn't want to hear that you did drugs, my brother, and he died and you didn't. But I'd rather hear it happen. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So
that's the messed up part about it.
Yeah. I appreciate.
But I love your show and keep doing your thing.
Thank you, brother.
Love from California.
All right, you be good. Stay safe.
All right, thank you.
All right,
sir.
All right,
Bye.
Peace. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Susie in Tennessee.
Hey, Susie. Hold on one second, Susie. Guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure y'all give this video a like so Dolly don't end up homeless, okay? Living in a box. Go ahead, Susie. What's good with you?
What up, homie?
Yeah, I'm living my best life. American dream.
I love your show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the drone ride this morning. That was awesome.
Cool. I'm glad you liked it.
And what I want to share about the Kansas City 3 is I was thinking the only way that I would leave my license and keys on the table is if I was not going to drive.
Yeah.
So maybe they made a pact that they was going to party, but they wasn't going to drive.
And they left the keys up on the table. Yeah, that makes sense. That they wasn't planning on leaving. They partied and just died.
Right. So they were trying to be responsible.
So why would Jordan? Why would he say he watched them leave if they weren't going to leave? If you took your keys and your wallet out and your shoes off, you know what I'm saying? You don't look like you leaving.
True. He could have been and probably was lying about that. He's saying he watched them leave because he watched them all go outside to probably get some air.
Yeah, but he said he walked them to the front door. He was pretty like on point about what he did. He said the front door. So,
well, I would say that that's probably a lie. I mean, if I had 3 friends, we were high and we had give up our license and our keys not to be driving, I don't believe that.
Yeah, you might be right. They may have planned on staying there, or they planned on staying there till they sobered up, and they just never sobered up.
Right. But I think that guy's probably guilty with making the drugs because it's just too coincidental that 3 people would die at one place. And I feel sorry for those people, their families. I pray for them, and thank you for doing such a great job.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. This is just what I do.
I really enjoy your show.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoy it. Don't forget to give it a like and all that good stuff. And it was good talking to you.
You too. Have a great night.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, like I think him going into rehab, it opens it up for more questions. Like this dude was on drugs, and some people are saying it's alcohol, and he does have a past with like allegedly drinking and driving. Okay, he had some issues in the past that got dropped and things of these nature, but it does stem around drinking. Now, because he came down with a wine glass, do I think alcoholic when I think wine glass? Not instantly, but could you be an alcoholic like that? I mean, you could. But he was so drunk that he's like, okay, I got to stop drinking, so I'm going to check myself into rehab. Most people don't check themselves into rehab for drinking. They usually just stop drinking or try to stop drinking. Usually people that check themselves into a rehab where you go stay there is because of narcotics. And now we got 3 people dead. He's checking into rehab. These 3 people didn't die from drinking. Okay. They didn't drink something, walk outside, and die. And all 3 freeze to death. That's insane. And Dolly. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Brenda from North Carolina.
Hey, Brenda. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I've been listening to a lot of people, what they've been saying.
Uh-huh.
Somebody else is talking.
Like talking that you can hear?
Yeah. Is this Dolly?
Yeah, this is Dolly. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're watching the show. It's a little bit of a delay. This is real time right here. The show, what you're watching on YouTube is delayed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're good. Go ahead.
All right. I was a nurse for 36 years, and a lot of people can, fool you. You would never even think they were on drugs or, alcoholic. People are good at hiding that.
Uh-huh.
But the last caller was talking about the 5th guy. And I'm wondering if remember after first happened, he went to the family and got on their good side, maybe to throw Jordan under the bus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I remember what caller you're talking about.
Yeah. And he's getting cozy with the family, so he doesn't, take the blame off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of his history with drugs, when he was 19. But,
Well, a lot of people believe he is the one that may have sold him the drugs. And if that's the case, Jordan needs to come out and tell it. Because it looks like Jordan's gave it to him and Jordan's taking all the blame. If I was Jordan, I'd be like, I would let the people know where I got the drugs from, because all these drugs could be sold to somebody else and kill them.
Exactly. I know of a case. I'm from Pennsylvania originally, and up in Erie, PA, there was a case in the last year that they found 3 people dead in a kitchen. They had taken a pill that was laced with F.
Uh-huh.
And they were all just dropped dead right on top of each other.
I mean, anytime you hear about somebody just dropping dead, it's always that F. You know what I'm saying? It's always that F. Lately, when soon as somebody just out of nowhere drops dead, that's the first thing that clicks in my mind. There is that F.
It's a shame, that I feel bad. But they're, like people were saying, they're grown men. They made, maybe allegedly bad decisions, unless they were given, it without
Now,
their
I could get into the conspiracy end of this, is that they push this stuff in our country for population control, because this shit is killing people, not just here, but around the world. It could be one of those things, but I'm not going to jump all conspiracy with you guys tonight.
Right, but I don't know. There are a lot of theories that when you said the other day about the red flags with the wallets and the keys, that is just strange.
It is strange, and it's strange for me. I just don't know why they would do it unless that caller was right. Maybe they thought they were staying there and they took the key, but I wouldn't take my wallet out. And I'm just thinking it is as an anomaly, like, like the lights over Phoenix, or just some random UFO sighting. Maybe it's just the moons and stars. Why it just happened for some reason. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I think that Jordan went to, my other theory is that he went there to the rehab to cover his butt so that they can't, get into his medical history with HIPAA and all that.
Well, if the rumors are true that the meeting went well today for the family meeting with the prosecutors and the DA, then we may see more come out of this.
Right.
Like the stretching out the toxicology report, and I don't know. I think it's being drug out. Like, I think they know these dudes had drugs in their system. Just say what drug it was. We don't care the level of drugs. We know it was enough to kill them.
Right.
Yeah, we just need to know what drug it is. They know what drug it is. They tested them. They knew almost instantly what drugs were in their body. They just didn't know the levels of the drugs. That's all the toxicology is going to do. But they know that these dudes died of whatever they died of. Already the police do. They just saying, hey, we ain't releasing this shit to the public until 6 weeks from now, until you guys forget about it and don't care.
Or they get all their facts and ducks in a row to figure out, who to arrest or what they're going to do. But I know as a nurse, when they do drug tests and stuff, they know a lot sooner than they're letting on,
Yeah,
like you said.
For sure.
Especially with that stuff so common now, they add that to the drug panel that they check, and I don't know, it's weird, but
hey,
I ran across your show just in the last week, and I started listening, and I just really enjoyed
awesome
everything.
Well,
Okay.
I'm glad you found us. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you next time.
Okay. Peace out from North Carolina.
Peace. All right. So definitely things heating up. I don't know. Like I said, in court, it may help Jordan in court. In the public opinion, YouTube or just the internet, social media, I don't think it helps him because now it makes him look like he did drugs with these guys. And maybe that's what they want it to look like, you know, that he did drugs with him. He lucked out and didn't die, you know. I don't know. We'll have to see what the family comes forward and probably says today about their meetings with the prosecutor and DA and see if there's going to be some charges filed on this. Usually when there's people dead on drugs, sad as it is, they don't do nothing. They don't care. They don't investigate. And hold on. Last call for the night, guys. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly, it's Kara from Indiana.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Oh, I don't know if anybody else has talked about this, but so fentanyl or S is so bad. But think about Jordan. Maybe he's a scientist. Maybe he concocted a certain type of mixture of something and gave it to his friends. And then the fifth guy came to see, maybe he made something and got nervous.
Yeah.
Because he saw what it did to his three buddies. And he spent those days trying to cover up and figure out what to do. Because he might have tried to work with the fifth guy to sell products and make more money. You know, like, I mean, that's how it is a lot of the time. And the F game is truly so horrible everywhere. My brother-in-law almost died. He got Narcan on a Saturday 3 times. And then a 4th time on the way to the hospital. And by noon on a Saturday, he was the only one that survived out of 7 people that took a pill. Took a pill, bought a pill that they thought was something, and it wasn't. And my brother-in-law only took half of the pill.
Oh.
Half. And within, he's alive, and he's on Suboxone now, and he's doing great.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he had a problem, but he took half of a pill, and within, he said, less than 5 minutes, he pulled over into, he was supposed to be at my house, but he pulled over into a neighborhood. And the only, what's really sad too, is that he passed out and people were taking videos of him blue. He was like dead in the car. He literally died for 8 minutes.
Wow.
And my sister-in-law saw it on Facebook. Why are we you know, some of this stuff is like, that is inhumane to take pictures and videos of a person instead of trying to help him, you know?
Yeah, like, but that's the world we live in. Like, people will videotape you and leave you there to die instead of like.
I know, and this is that's what's killing me.
Like, I don't care. I don't care about a click and view that much that I would, if I was filming something, I would throw my fucking phone down to try to save somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wouldn't care about if it was on video or not,
Right.
and I would help a
It's
complete
just,
stranger. I wouldn't even have to know you to try to save you. Now, I'm not gonna if there's something I know that might kill me to try to save you, I might not do it. But if you was drowning or something like that, I'd jump in and try to save you. So
right. Right. And I'm so glad that, trust me.
or if you fell on the
my,
tracks, I'd pick you up and pull you off the tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's something, I
right.
don't know,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't
But
kill
I
myself trying to
saw,
save you, though.
right.
Ain't no need for two people
I'm,
to die.
I saw this with my brother-in-law. So my husband is an identical twin. And it's like good twin, bad twin. I married the good twin. So, but
How you know if they're identical? How you know they don't switch off and you don't even know? You might have married both of them.
right. Nah. Well, here's the thing about marrying a twin. You do marry both of them in some aspects. Like you deal with their stuff because they're connected that way. But I had told my husband so many times, you've got to start talking to him. You got to get him off this. I can see it. I know it's getting bad. And it did. He literally died. And the nurse told my husband he was like the only one out of so many that morning, like by noon, that had survived.
Yeah.
So there was this batch that came in, and he only took half. And that surprised me because he usually he'd snort. I just knew him. He'd snort stuff.
Well, look, hey,
I
appreciate you calling. I got to get ready to go. So I will talk to you later.
All right. Thanks.
All right. You be good. Peace. Okay, caller. Stop calling. Stop calling. I told y'all that was the last call. And she was a little bit of a talker. But I got to do my Jerry Springer, closing final thoughts. All right. This is my Jerry Springer moment. Don't fuck it up. Okay. Anyway, people, what have we learned from this? What have we learned? What have we learned? Make good decisions in this world. Pick good friends. Because sometimes your life depends on these decisions. If you have a bad picker, get it fixed. When you were in a situation, if they would have had a good friend, he'd looked outside and thought, damn, my homies are in the cold. Let me drag them in. Right? I come from an era where it's no man left behind. You check on your friends. You hit them up, make sure they got home safe, that type of thing. I guess we don't live in that time and age anymore, right? So somehow a generation missed it. They missed that, looking out for each other. Maybe it's because of the internet or whatever it is. But for some reason, these things ain't happening in this day and age. So you need to instill this shit into your grandkids to look out for each other. Somehow kids missed it. Our generation, we leave and they'll walk right by you, like people said. They'll videotape you when you're hurt. It's insane. I hate to sound old, right? But I'm more with the old times of we go somewhere together, we leave together. I truly believe that you look out for your people and you don't leave anybody until you know they for sure got away or they're going to be okay. So hopefully we can pass that down and we can start seeing these things happen. Because right now there's just a era of shitty, bad friends. And if we look at a lot of the true crime stuff, it's in all the cases. Everybody had a bad friend. Make good decisions, people. That is my final thoughts for tonight. And if you haven't, of course, sub up the channel. There's a lot of you guys watching out there in the ether that haven't subbed up yet. And if you made it through 3 hours of this, you're a trooper and you belong here. Okay. Definitely drop some comments after the video. It helps my ugly face in the algorithm. It helps new people find the videos. And you heard by the callers tonight, there's new people finding the channel. That's what it's about. We hear new opinions and things of that nature. It makes the show great. And I can't do it without the help of each and every one of you. Okay. If y'all don't share and care, we get the same stagnant people calling every night. We get a lot of new callers because you people are sharing the videos, you're liking the videos, you're comment, you're doing all the things that good viewers do. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And of course, I'm going to be back out there at the pier in the morning, sunrise with Dolly. Okay. I got the teddy bear that I'm going to give him. I'll show y'all in the video. So if y'all want to see the teddy bear that I got to leave out there at the memorial, you will have to tune in or at least watch the replay. Okay. But I'll be back out there for a little bit in the morning to see if they're going to try to pull this car up out the ocean. Plus, we need to leave our teddy bear. So I will see you guys then. Stay safe. Dolly loves you. Peace.